Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another live broadcast here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We are live in Brenham, Texas. It is homecoming 2017 for the Blinn Buccaneers as they are hosting the Northeastern Oklahoma A&M Vikings. They're the Normads. Actually,
that's a mouthful, sir.
It is an absolute mouthful. I have been joined by Andre Davis and, of course, Brother Kendall Cobb. And we cannot forget Miss Jay. I almost call her Jordan, but that is her name, Jordan, to help us out here as it is homecoming 2017. Number 1 against number 2 in conference play. Number 14 of the nation, Northeastern Oklahoma, from here on out. And number 4 in the nation would be that of the likes of Blinn. These teams have been 1 and 2 in the conference. Blinn coming in with a 5-1 conference record, 6-1 overall. Meanwhile, Northeastern Oklahoma on their trails with a 5-2 overall record, a 4-2 conference record, as these two teams will do battle. The Panthers, who are playing their homecoming game down the road, but homecoming focus right now is here with the Blinn Buccaneers. Blinn Buccaneers and the Northeastern Oklahoma group will both have their hands full defensively, and we'll talk a little bit about that later on down the road. But the number 5 quarterback in the nation, and I'll let Andre tell us his name in just a moment, and we have the number 5 running back in the nation, that in the likes of the Northeastern Oklahoma. But don't think that the Buccaneers have come empty-handed. Carlos Grace, the number 8 running back in the nation, and Brother Williams, not too far behind. He's averaging over 270-plus yards a game passing, but it's going to be down to what I've called the dynamic 2. Jalen and AJ are going to have to show up big for the Bucs. Gentlemen, good afternoon, and welcome to this week's broadcast.
What's up, Mike? Thank you so much for having us here for this broadcast. You pretty much hit the nail on the coffin. 2 of the top teams in the Southwestern Junior College Football Conference.
That's a mouthful, too.
That is definitely a mouthful. As you did mention, it is Blinn Buccaneers homecoming, so the crowd will be on their sides for today's ball game. But these teams are going to be coming in with some explosive offense. You're talking about the number 8 running back, that being Darwin Thompson for the Vikings, and then for the Blinn Buccaneers, Carlos Grace as number 4 for running back. It's going to be very, very explosive in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Brother Cobb, this is your 3rd round here, checking out the Buccaneers. What have you seen as some of the strengths for the Bucs to have success on today?
Basically, they're so versatile. I mean, they can hit you from the air. They can hit you on the ground. They have a great defense. I mean, they cover all facets, offense, defense, and special teams. I've been impressed with Blinn. I mean, across the board, just with their total team effort.
So it is going to be the tale of 2 teams destined for playoff greatness right now. Right now, the Buccaneers, being the number 1 seed in their conference, would have the luxuries of hosting all games, which is good for everyone, especially us. Exactly, to be able to cover these broadcasts. But, gentlemen, this should be a very, very exciting game. Anytime you get some worthy opponents to face off against each other in a game that means something, it's excitement throughout the air. It's excitement for us as broadcasters, excitement for fans, it's excitement for the coaches and the players involved. So should be some great football action here. We will try to keep you up to date on the Panthers broadcast or the coverage score as well. They'll be hosting Bacone Warriors as that homecoming kickoff actually kicked off at 2 p.m. We're a kickoff at 3 p.m., so it's going to be a lot of fast and furious football throughout at least this hemisphere of Texas.
It's going to be an explosive game, Mike. And you mentioned the quarterback for the Vikings. His name is Wyatt Steigerwalt.
Yes.
Wyatt Steigerwalt, and he is leading in multiple categories throughout this conference. I believe he's racked up 22 touchdowns.
22 touchdowns in 8 games. That's what's so impressive. So if my PV math is holding up quite properly, that's a little bit under 3 touchdowns per game, but definitely over 2 touchdowns per game.
Well, don't blame Prairie View for that, Mike. It ain't got nothing to do with Prairie View. And Mike, and not only that, this brother's averaging 198 yards passing per game.
Yes.
Leading the conference.
Leading the conference. But on the flip side of that, Williams, who's played game less, is throwing for 276 yards per game and only has 10 touchdowns.
Both of these teams are explosive on both sides of the ball, and you mentioned Jalen and Antoine Jackson Jr., the big men down low for the Blinn Buccaneers. They're going to have to come up big in this game.
If you allow me to say it, 40 and 4 going to have to show.
Yes, sir.
The big guys on the ends, the book ends, they're going to have a strong performance, not only to contain a very proven quarterback, but a very proven running game, and that's what I'm excited to see. You have both of these guys who are leading the teams in tackles, 54 tackles for Jalen, 51 tackles for Jackson, but what's impressively, now Jackson is leading the team in sacks with 7 sacks on the season, 2.5 sacks for Jalen. So these guys, as I say, it's going to be a lot expected of them in order for the Bucs to pull off this win today.
Well, I just need one of them to get back there, whether it be Jalen, whether it be Antoine. They can both get back there at the same time.
How about we have a party? How about an invitation to meet me at the quarterback? Let's meet up with number 12 and make some things happen.
All I need is one.
Well, Doc, you said it best, 40. I like your political stance, 40 and 4.
40 and 4 got the show, baby. They got the show.
Oh, you and Jesse Jackson, line it up. But no, yeah,
you took me back to 88.
There you go.
I'm dating myself.
Run, Jesse, run.
Run, Jesse, run.
Brother David's going to get that yet, but you got to give it history book on that one.
Google it.
There you go.
They got everything on Google.
That's right. But we used to have a grow up saying reading is fundamental, but just go ahead. You still got to read, but you got to Google it first.
Yes, sir.
But no, back to the game at hand. We got to first make sure that we go through and thank our supporters and underwriters for today. Brother Cobb, can you roll off that beautiful list, please?
Sir, yeah, definitely. We definitely want to thank all our sponsors for making these broadcasts possible, starting with Hexair Comfort Solutions, followed by Farmers Insurance Agency out of the Hempstead office, back Bush's Chicken, Brindle's Best Chicken, which you just had some today, Burger Fencing, Landscaping, and more for your landscaping needs. Mobius Cafe and Pizzeria. We all know about Mobius first and forehand. Auto Check and Auto Repair out of Spring. Steve is making it happen in Spring. And, of course, Temple of Refuge Ministry.
What you say?
I heard the word is being spread, Temple of Refuge Ministry.
Well, you know what? They say a blind squirrel finds a nut every now and then, and a broke clock is right at least twice a day. So I would like to think that every now and then I come up with a word or two from the Lord.
Yes, sir. I believe you do.
You may take a Sunday off here and there, but you always come up right when you need to.
Well, what we're going to do, brothers, later on throughout the broadcast, we're going to touch on these sponsors directly. We want to thank each and every one for making this broadcast possible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Andre, these teams are geared up, a rather unique look, if you would, for the Northeastern Oklahoma group. It's a bronze look. I want to say maybe an old gold, maybe.
Yeah, Vegas gold. I think it's called Vegas gold.
Vegas gold.
Yes, sir.
Helmet with the Vegas gold shirts, the royal blue numbering, and I'm going to say another pattern or representation of the Vegas gold pants, white pants, I guess we would call it if we had to. They will be the representation of Northeastern Oklahoma. Of course, the Blinn Buccaneers in their royal blue with the blue helmets, the blue blue shirts with white numbering and the white pants. And their captains are coming out, getting ready for the flipping of the coin. And we should have some great football today.
We should have some great football today. It's going to be a very physical matchup. The Blinn Buccaneers are known for starting out the game explosive, but I don't want to see them kind of slack off a little bit.
Right. You're absolutely right about that, because the Bucs, they did have the luxury of a bye week,
yes,
which was good, being on the road in Arkansas and then in New Mexico, some long road trips, and talking with Coach Mahan. He was excited to be back in his own bedroom, and sleeping in his own comfort and surroundings. So with that bye week, it brings an opportunity for the teams to get healed. It brings an opportunity for some new plays to be added for down the road in the playoff and you can start trying to execute some of those things. So look for some wrinkles and some twists on today's contest. But as stated, the Bucs and the Vikings are going to be ready to go and do some battle on today.
Now, I'm glad you brought up the bye week, and now you just mentioned that the pros that come with that. Now, you play at the college level for football, so kind of lay out the cons to a bye week, because in my opinion, I feel like there are pros to a bye week. You're getting that full week off, not playing, but I feel like there's some cons to that as well.
Well, the cons to it could be idle time. The times that you would have for a game time situation, you know that you're going to be accounted for at least 8 hours out of that day. Well, with a bye week, I don't have to worry about getting on a bus to go travel, to be loading up in a stadium to get ready, the pregame hype and everything, then the game, and then the cool down period at the end of the game. So that being idle, but then you got to understand these young men, and let me just say student athletes, are on a mission. So if they're going to allow one weekend to throw them off course, then quite honestly and frankly, they're not deserving to be student athletes.
Because go ahead.
Well, I just have 2 points, and thanks, Doc, for that. I have had this observation through the years. Oftentimes, when you're off for a bye week, you can't get complacent because, again, you're not going against live competition.
You're right.
You're going against your scout team, and you're taking it easy on your own teammates and not going all out. So that's one aspect. The other aspect is just simply rust. You know, in the NBA playoffs or anytime, there's a rust factor. When you lay off too long, LeBron's laid off too long with the Cavs, then all of a sudden you don't have that fire anymore.
Yes, and I'm glad you brought up the rust, Mr. Cobb, because I've seen it quite often when teams got that week off, they kind of come out kind of slow a little bit because they didn't play that week before. You know, versus when you're playing every Saturday, that momentum is still, that adrenaline rush is still kind of in you. But when you take off that week, you can kind of come out kind of slow a little bit because of the rust that you just pointed out.
Brother David, you hit the nail on the head, and you're exactly right. And that is the whole aspect of just keeping it occurring. You're still hunting. You're not resting on your laurels. You're still hunting. So it's one thing. But let me just say this much about Blinn in particular. You know, there's a lot of talent in and around the Houston area, and I think it's indicative of what you see out here because you have so many schools to draw from. This whole metro area. And granted, there are kids from outside of this area, but just so many schools to draw from, and it shows at the next level with what you see with Blinn. So it's just, again, I can't say enough. And let me just say one more thing about the uniforms. Doc, when you mentioned uniforms, I actually love this other team's uniforms. I mean, that Vegas gold, that white, and it contrasts great against that royal blue with Blinn.
Yeah, it's not quite Notre Dame, but in terms of the bronze,
no, it would be more of a Georgia Tech. More of a Georgia Tech.
There you go. Yes, sir.
We'd get it right sooner or later.
I like the look, though.
Well, guys, the Vikings won the coin toss, and they have elected to they've deferred to the second half. So the Blinn Buccaneers will get the ball first here on this opening drive, guys.
The Bucs will be going from right to left. Boy, you got it right, Dre. Okay, we're going to try to get our crowd mic here set up.
So, guys, we're going to get an opportunity to see Devin Williams himself and Carlos Grace and Mercy, we call him,
on the scene.
And we already talked about the explosiveness of this offense. We already know how often that they're going to get a ball to Carlos Grace. So look to hear that here pretty soon as the kick is up. And he's going to field this one at the 2-yard line. He's getting past the 5. He's going to shed some defenders. He keeps his feet moving. And he's going to be stopped at about the 16-yard line. Well, number 34, Philip Jones, tailback for the Blinn Buccaneers on that return.
Well, a good return when you have the ball and don't turn it over, a little deeper than what you would like if you're the Buccaneers. But it's a great opportunity for the Bucs to set the tempo in what is expected, at least from my end, to be a very, very physical game.
And speaking of what expected, Dr. Prince, as we all know, Coach Mahan, he has that mentality, if it isn't broke, don't fix it. As they're going to go trips to the right, twins left, empty backfield, as Williams is a man in motion. And Williams going to drop back the pass. And that pass is caught past the 20, past the 25, and he's going to have more than enough for Blinn Buccaneers first down.
Nice stutter step move. I mean, he caught it in the flat, made a nice little stutter step move, and got about 5 additional yards.
Absolutely. A quick 3-step drop for Williams, got the ball, and you want to do that when you got a quarterback who's quote-unquote the underdog, get his confidence level up, and let's keep rolling.
Guys, interesting play call by the Blinn Buccaneers to go with a pass on first down on the opening drive.
I think it's just keep the defense on their toes and let them know, hey, we're coming from left and right.
As Williams drop back to pass again. This time the pass is complete yet again, and he has a little bit of daylight past the 45 and keeps his feet moving past the 50. He has enough for another Blinn Buccaneers first down.
Yes, sir. Brother Davis, I like to point out that's your favorite part, that yards after catch. I mean, he caught the ball and he got an additional 10, 12 yards.
That time that was the freshman, Corey Smith, on the reception for the Blinn Buccaneers. They're going to go with a hurry-up offense. Ball at the 48-yard line. Buccaneers moving right to left. And they're going to hand this one off to DeAndre Reed on the right side. And
Look at this.
He keeps his feet moving. Gains about 8 yards.
Man, you talking about a nice inside jab step move, cutting to avoid the tackle to get additional 4 or 5 yards, and it's going to be another positive game for the Bucs.
He took no yards and turned into 8 yards.
Yes, sir.
Explosiveness of the Blinn Buccaneers on this opening drive. And that last run is going to bring up 2nd and 8 for the Bucs. Ball at the 41-yard line. As Williams sends another man in motion. As Reed is going to be offset to his left. Williams back to pass, has all day to throw. He's going to air this one long. No man in the vicinity. Ball incomplete.
The first incomplete pass. I mean, they've yet to run the ball. They've come out with
that's interesting.
But you got to love the play calling and setup for the Bucs. Williams had all day to throw, and that was set up with those short runs and those short passes and those sweeps, and he had all day to throw the ball. Just
Correct.
a little off.
And speaking of running the ball, guys, Carlos Grace now checks in the game here on 3rd down for the Bucs. And they're going to hand off to Grace at the middle. He's met the line of scrimmage, keeps his feet moving. Not going to do enough for the first down.
Well, that time, instead of running north and south, there was a little east and west boogie, and Grace run on that one, and that caused him to lose some yardage right now, and it's going to be decision time for Coach Mayhem.
And speaking of decision time, Mike, I believe that the Bucs will go for it here on 4th and 2, ball at the 41-yard line.
Why not? It's homecoming.
There you go. Exactly.
Yeah, homecoming crowds on your side. Why not?
Yeah, set it out.
Twin receiver set up for the Bucs. Grace offset to Williams' left. As Williams going to hand this one off to Grace at the middle, and he keeps his feet moving, lowers his shoulder, and I believe he's going to have enough for a Bucs first down.
Now, that's a Grace run that I like to see.
He was able to squeeze through. Right, he lowered his shoulder. He was able to squeeze that a little like a blockade. He burst through and got the first down.
And Mr. Kyle, what did I normally say about running backs like Carlos Grace that has the size for it? You should be lowering your shoulder on every single run.
You said that last night for the high school game, sir. You're exactly right. Lower your shoulder and keep those legs moving, sir. You say that on a regular basis. Mr. Davis predicts.
Ball at the 39-yard line. Bucs moving right to left. Grace offset to Williams' left. As Williams sends Reed in motion, Williams going to fake this one, and he's pressured. And he's going to throw this one away just in the nick of time.
Boy, you talking about, did they call a flag?
There's a flag. It's going to be intentional grounding.
Yeah, well, you can't blame Williams on that one because he had a rush on him so quick that he couldn't do nothing but throw that ball away to avoid the sack.
He was in the grass with one of the defenders, and he just had to get it off, otherwise take the sack.
Right,
so.
well, it's a wonder that they didn't call in the grass. I know they don't call it as often as they used to, but to avoid injury,
correct,
you would have liked to have seen that call. Well, not liked to see the call. It's going to cost them a loss of down and loss of yardage.
Yes, sir.
Well, guys, the Bucs went with a play-action fake on that last play, and it seems that the Vikings kind of sniffed that one out.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to bring up, should be 2nd down. Yes, sir. It's going to bring up 2nd and about 22 for the Bucs.
All we just have, a little middle screen would be nice right about now.
The ball will be on their 49-yard line. They have to get to the 29-yard line of the Vikings for a first down.
You still got 2 downs. Let's see how they do it.
11:56 remaining here in the first quarter. We are scoreless here from Brenham, Texas. Trips left for the Bucs. They're going to hand this on to Grace to the right side. Has a little bit of blocking. Keeps his legs moving. Gains about Give him 4 yards on the play.
Yeah, 4 for effort, 5 if you're going on a curve.
Grading on the curve. I know about that.
Yes, sir.
Might have got me through school.
Don't we all know about it?
We got 3rd down and 17 for the Bucks. Ball at the 47-yard line, the obvious passing situation. 3rd and 17 to be exact. Trips left for the Bucks. Grace offset to Williams left. Williams back to pass, had a little bit of blocking, and he's just going to try to keep this one himself, but he's not going to get away from the pressure, brought down just right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and you can see Northeastern Oklahoma now defense getting amped up, and that's big. If you're on the road, you want to stop the team that's ranked ahead of you from getting any type of momentum going, especially on a big day as homecoming. So now they're going to try to jumpstart the offense, and the Bucks get a chance on defense to try to shut things down.
Doc, you're exactly right. I mean, they were able to, again, this is the Buccaneers' first drive, and they were moving the ball initially.
Yeah, they were moving the ball. If it wasn't for the intentional grounding call, they were moving the ball fairly well on this opening drive.
Correct. So this is a major stop for the Vikings to sit up here and hold them and it looks like going to be a punt. But again, it seems like they've called timeout, and this would be a great take some time out to recognize some of our sponsors. Let's go ahead and start.
I just got to mention the way that you segue into these sponsors, man, is unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
All right, so I've been working on my shtick. So
that this guy segues into these sponsors.
So let's go ahead and talk about Hexar Comfort Solutions and Nieto Technology Partners out of the Clear Pave office. They're located at 22803.
Thank you, Mr. Cobb, as the punting units are out onto the field, as the Bucks are going to punt this one away. And as we mentioned before, they moved that ball fairly easily on that opening drive. Went with the pass on 1st down. We normally see Carlos Grace, run the ball on 1st down, but I like how the Bucks were not predictable on this opening drive. So back to receive the punt for the Vikings will be number 7, Kevion McGee. As this punt is going to bounce inside the 5-yard line of the Vikings. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that's one of the small things that you talk about for that particular play. For special teams. Yes, sir. So now we're going to see the 2 guys that we've been talking about in the pregame show. Number 40, Jalen Cooper, and number 4, Antoine Jackson Jr. at the defensive end spots for this Bucks defense. As the ball will be at the 4-yard line of the Vikings to be exact. Vikings moving left to right. 10:27 remaining here in the first quarter. We are scoreless here from Brenham, Texas. Andre Davis, Dr. Mike Prince, Mr. Kendall Cobb. And we're going to see Wyatt Steigenwald at quarterback as he sends a man in motion. He's going to pitch this one to the right side, and he has some blocking room, and he gets right at the 10-yard line, gaining about 5 yards on the play. Yes, sir. That was a wide receiver, K.J. Wells, on the sweep play for the Vikings. It's going to bring up 2nd and 4. And Wyatt's going to hand this one off up the middle, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage by the big guys. Gain of about, he's going to give him a yard with mercy. They gave him a yard with mercy, but he was mad at the line of scrimmage led by Antoine Jackson Jr. and Jalen Cooper himself. That's going to bring up 3rd and 3 for the Vikings. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. As Wyatt's going to hand this one up the middle yet again. Nowhere to go. Picks up maybe a yard, and the punting units will come out onto the field. So excellent stop by the defense of this Blinn Buccaneers on that opening drive.
like a little action from Keith Watson there. Linebacker getting some tackles in as well as making a successful stop.
Well, the Bucks answer the call on defense just as Northeastern Oklahoma, and that's what you want to see.
They did not allow that first down.
As the punt is up, and he's going to field this one, but he's going to be met immediately.
That's a little ill-advised. You know, the defenders are right there in his face.
Yes, sir.
Sometimes you can. I mean, that's so risky because just as you're catching, they're allowed to hit you. As soon as the ball touches you, that ball. I mean, they can connect with you. And if they
just for health purposes alone.
Yes, sir.
Maybe you wave a fair catch and get out the way, or just fair catch enough time to see it. But once again, you got these young men who are trying to make any type of highlight reel that they can.
Correct. Yes,
so they're willing to take more risk.
Correct.
Correct. And that's one of the things that we have to analyze for punt returners, that not only their job is to return a ball, but they have to make judgment calls as well.
Correct.
And we tried to make a judgment call on that one based on the way the ball bounced, tried to scoop it, but he had nowhere to go.
I think we're going to see more grace on this series.
Absolutely. As the Bucks will set up shop at the 41-yard line.
Good call, Doc.
It's not to Grace, but he goes absolutely nowhere. He's going to lose about a couple of yards on that play.
Well, he's taken down by LeRon Stokes out of Tulsa, Oklahoma.
That was a good play by Stokes on the defensive side.
Yes, sir. He burst right through the line, and just as Grace was receiving the ball, he was right there on him.
Well, guys, it's no secret that the Vikings know about Carlos Grace going into this football game. They did their game plan. They watched film on this guy all season, so he's going to have his work cut out for him today. And we're going to hand this one off to Grace.
Here you go.
Shares about a couple of defenders, picks up those yards back and then some to make it about 3rd and 8 for the Bucks.
Nice tip arm move, and then he went with the spin to get it, to get back on maybe a few yards more than he would have had initially.
Look, I got to follow up with you guys. You guys ever go look up who Barry Foster was?
Did not, sir.
Oh, my God. Follow up with me at halftime, Mike.
Did not, sir.
Oh, my goodness. You had one job to do.
One job. He had one job.
Ball at the 42-yard line of the Bucks. 3rd and 8, 7:50 remaining here in the first quarter. We are scoreless as Williams going to drop back the pass, steps up in the pocket, and he's just going to take this one himself, and he's going to get just shy of the first down. He's going to be about a yard short.
Now, you're at midfield. Do you play position ball or do you try to go for this?
I would say go for it.
I would go for it.
I would say go
Homecoming
for it.
again, you got the crowds behind you?
Homecoming game, yes, sir. The crowd's behind you. I'm really liking the explosiveness of this Buccaneers. And if I know Coach Mahon, he's going to do exactly
well,
that.
I wonder who's going to get this one.
Coach Mahon is a risk taker, guys. We know that. We've seen it before. A lot of times we disagree with it. You've attested that on a number of occasions when they played Tyler, Mike. But they're going to go for it here on 4th and 1.
There you go.
And off to the big man, Carlos Grace himself, and he gets more than enough for a Buccaneers first down.
Good call.
And that's why you go for it, because you have Carlos Grace.
Carlos Grace, the number 8 rusher in the nation, averaging 115 yards a game. You got 4th down and 1. I'm going to feed you till you throw up.
And speaking of feeding till you throws up, Mike, they're going to hand to him yet again. This time the game's about a couple of yards.
Right. A stingy front line up there by Northeastern Oklahoma. This Bucks offensive line has been gelling all season. They're finally clicking on all cylinders. So it's going to be a good battle in the trenches on today.
Well, I like how you said stingy line. I like that.
Yes, sir. You know I'm a defensive guy first.
I'm an offensive guy. Running back.
Yeah. Rah, rah, rah.
It's showtime. 6:20 remaining here in the first quarter as Williamson's reading in motion. He's going to throw it to him to the right side, gets at the 40, and he has some daylight, and he's knocked out of bounds after gain of about 15 yards and another Buccaneers first down.
Yes, sir. They're going to spot him at the 38-yard line, a little swing and route in motion, and just hit him while he was in stride and let his speed do the rest.
Yes, sir. Ball is taken at the 28-yard line of the Vikings. Bucks moving right to left, 1st and 10. Trips to the left for the Bucks. Grace offset to Williams' left. As Williams is making the call. As Williams going to drop back the pass on this one, and he's going to run to his left, and he sees nothing but daylight, so he's going to take off and run, keeping those feet moving past the 20, past the 15. And he has another
You see that block?
Oh, my goodness.
Speed kills, man. That's all I can
So
say.
Corey Smith came back with a block, and he's only 5'6", 155. He came back with a block. against the big linebacker.
That's what they call a slobber knocker, man.
There you go.
He knocked some sense into the young
Williams
man.
saw nothing but daylight. He took it right there. That's what I like to see by Devin Williams. That's something that I want to see him do more and more often for this Bucs offense.
Well, the challenge for Williams today is not to try and match wits with wit from the other side, who's thrown 22 touchdowns. His job is to manage the game and keep a balance on offense.
Yes, sir. Trips to the right for the Bucs. As Williams going to fake this one to Grayson. He's going to throw it to the end zone.
Oh!
Dropped.
They both took a shot.
Kedrick Weakfall, the intended receiver on the play, as he was hit.
Yes, sir.
Once he caught the ball.
That was a big boy's hit for sure.
Big hit, and both are down. That was hit by Greg McAllister, and both Weakfall and McAllister are down. Well,
McAllister is up first. But Weakfall is still on the ground, ladies and gentlemen.
Being checked for the standing 8 because that was a heavyweight hit. That was a heavyweight hit for sure. A nice touch by Williams on that play as they're still tending to the questionable receiver right now. But one thing about it, Williams is coming in 10 touchdowns. And being an athlete, you know what your other counterpart has done. This dude has thrown 22 touchdowns. He's got 1,500-plus yards, this, that, and the other. I'm going to let them know that I'm just as good as him. That we do not need from Williams.
Correct. Play within his game.
Play within your game. Play your role in the game, and let's win as a team. One thing I noticed going in preparation for this game, there were not a lot of big stats that Blinn leaves as a team, individuals I should say, but as a team, they're doing all the right things.
You know the only stat that matters for the Blinn Buccaneers, 5-1.
5-1.
That's
6-1. And after the day, we want to say 7-1 overall.
You got other players that's leading in this category and that category. That's fine. You know, pat your stats. But I'm looking at 6-1 for the Blinn Buccaneers.
And I agree with both of you gentlemen. And bottom line, I think Williams had he released the ball a split second earlier. We fall with him as he crossed the goal line and not taking that shot.
Yeah, he kind of squeezed out in the tight window, Mr.
Correct.
He got it in there, but unfortunately, Weefall had to take the punishment for it.
Yeah, he did.
Weefall squeezed in a very tight window.
Right. He is up right now, and what's not favorable, and not trying to speculate, and looking at the little wooziness on him, they've taken his helmet, which is an indication of the concussion protocol.
Yes, sir.
So we'll try to monitor that to see how things are going.
So they're not going to be without Kedrick Weefall, most likely for the
at least for this series. We'll say for this series. We don't want to speculate anything.
Yes, sir. But we still got guys like Quinn Newton, DeAndre Reed, and Sakori Smith in that receiving corps for the Blinn Buccaneers. So those guys are definitely going to have to step up and help out Devin Williams and Carlos Grace for this offense.
Yes, sir.
As the teams are back out onto the field, if you're just now joining us, we are scoreless here from Brenham, Texas, but we have about 5 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Andre Davis, Dr. Mike Prince, Mr. Kendall Cobb.
Sir, and I just want to point out something. You know, the protection that Williams has enjoyed, plus the holes that Grace has seen, all go back to that line. I want to touch on this after this play. The line play has been great on the series.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. As we have 2nd and 10 for the Bucs, ball at the 14-yard line, as Williams can go with the quarterback draw, and he's met at the line of scrimmage, gains about a yard on the play.
It looked to be a broken play, but again, I always want to touch on the line. Clayton Woods, the center, Garrison Chulos, William Gilchrist, Bo Morris, and Jamarcus Bolding are all doing a great job of grinding that field up and making it happen for pass plays.
Well, I'm so glad that you paid attention to the heavies.
Yes, sir. Game was won and lost in the trenches.
That's right. I mentioned the heavies last night that they normally don't get, get any love.
Yes, sir.
The running backs, the wide receivers, and quarterbacks get the touchdowns and the glories. But if it wasn't for the big man, none of that would be even possible.
Correct.
As Williams sends Reed in motion, Williams back to pass. Went to a swing route to Reed. That pass is incomplete. Number 18, William Montre Hall on the pass breakup for the Vikings. That's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, 4th down, and technically you're in the red zone, and anytime you get in the red zone, you want to get touchdowns. Now you're going to rely on your kicker, who's 9 of 15 for the season at field goal attempts. This should be within his range.
Should be about
they're spotting it at
about a 22-yarder.
This is going to be a 24 yard.
24 yard.
Yeah.
There's that preview math, Mike.
No.
Kick is up, and it is no good.
Don't know what happened there. It looks good from this angle.
Well, he had to shade it. Yeah, he shaded it to the right just a little bit, and that's what you want to talk about. Now, this is not dog pile on any other players or anything, but when you get into that red zone, anytime you're relying on your kickers, you're settling. That's a consolation prize.
Correct.
I want to be able. I want the jackpot.
Correct.
I want the 6.
And speaking of consolation prize, Mike, they didn't even get a chance to get that as he missed that field goal. So now there's going to be a big stop for the defense to come, because some would say, even though we're scoreless here, with 4:19 remaining here in the first quarter, some would say that slightly the momentum may have just shifted in the hands of the Vikings if they can move this ball on this next drive.
That's a morale builder to stop them in the red zone and them come away with 0 points. I mean, again, if you come away with 3, I'll take 3 versus 0. So I agree, gentlemen.
Absolutely. As the ball will be at the 19-yard line of the Vikings.
Play action pass.
Wyatt is going to throw this one downfield. That pass is caught. And I believe he's going to have enough for a Vikings first down.
I think they're going to give him on the progress, and it'll be right at the 20-yard line. It'll be a fresh set of downs.
Right, that was K.J. Wells. He's 6'3", so he's able to get up there and catch those high balls.
And Wyatt used all of his height on that last throw.
Correct.
Trips to the right for the Vikings. They're going to hand this off to Williams at the middle. Gaping holes gained about 6 yards on the play.
Well, a little stutter step that time by Williams, as he was able to get through on that left side of that line that's opening up holes right now.
It appears that the Vikings going to go to hurry up offense on this drive. They did that similar on the last drive. We're going to see more of it here on this drive, as they're going to hand off to Williams yet again, this time to the left side, and he gains enough for a Vikings first down.
Yeah, nice tackle by Nate Betts, who had to go low to take that runner down. But did get him down.
Well, right now, Northeastern Oklahoma is doing what they call opening up the floodgates right now. They're doing that power surge, this no-huddle offense, trying to get the Bucs winded on the defensive side.
And so far, 3 plays and 2 first downs for the Vikings here on this drive, as Wyatt got back to pass, he has a little bit of daylight, and it appears that he's just going to take this one himself, saw nothing downfield, goes out of bounds, and another first down for the Vikings.
Now, I was actually looking for a flag. It looked like one of the defenders for the Bucs was pushed from behind to give Wyatt that window of escape, but they didn't throw the laundry, so no hurt, no harm.
They're now in Bucs territory as they cross the 50-yard line. They're at about 45 now going in.
Yes, sir, and that's going to make 3 first downs here for the Vikings on this drive. Driving the ball with a little bit of momentum as we have 2:45 remaining here in the first quarter, as Wise is the man in motion here. This one off up the middle. Oh, no, he faked it. He kept it himself, ran to the left side, picks up about 4 yards.
I thought I had got delusional.
I was equally faked out. I too were faked out. I didn't know who had the ball. I had no idea who had the ball. We have a bird's eye view, and we cannot tell who had the ball.
Absolutely. That was an excellent fake by Wyatt on that last play, and he was able to pull it and gain about 4 yards for the Vikings. As the ball is placed at the 41-yard line. Vikings moving left to right. Play action fake. This time, Wyatt's going to throw this one downfield. Pass incomplete.
Off the mark behind the receiver. Had the safety been over top, he would have been in perfect position to intercept that. But
well, I got to give Wyatt some credit. He is actually looking very smooth back there at the quarterback position. Got the height, the poise, and the touch. Just a little off on that last throw, and he's getting time, and he's got some speed as well.
Yeah, Wyatt Steigerwald sure is. I mean, he's running, and he's throwing well.
Yes, sir.
You call him Steigerwald, I'm going to call him Wyatt.
I'm calling him Wyatt.
His mama name is Clay. I'm going to call him Clay.
3rd and 6 for the Vikings. Wyatt is the man in motion.
Oh, nice play.
Pitch this one up the middle.
Shovel pass.
A little shovel pass, but I believe he didn't get enough for a first down, about a yard short.
Now, you can quote me on this. Look for that play later. They faked the sweep, did a shuttle pass. He did the fake with his right hand, a shuttle pass with the left hand, and that's a little misdirection. They're doing a spread misdirection look, which you can see how this offense has been as potent as it has all season.
And that was a smooth fake by Wyatt, Mike. And as you mentioned on the previous play, this guy is actually looking comfortable back there at that quarterback position.
Yes, sir. When the JUCO level, everybody is auditioning for the next gig.
Yes, sir.
And having a huddle here at 50-yard line, maybe some infractions.
Well, meanwhile, while we have a break in the action for our listeners listening to today's broadcast, as you mentioned in the pregame show, Mike, the Prairie View University Panthers are facing Bacone College for their homecoming back in Prairie View, Texas, and they're leading at halftime by the score of 31-0. With 7 minutes remaining until halftime, but they're leading 31-0.
Now, Mr. Davis, how is it they drew Bacone College for homecoming?
Well, on your homecoming, now maybe I'm wrong, I'm just speculating, but on your homecoming, you want to make sure that the team you're facing, you do anything you can to make sure that you win. You don't want to take any chances of possibly losing on your homecoming.
Well, Blinn better take a note of that.
Maybe not Bacone College, you could have scheduled, because that's an NAIA school. You could have scheduled a D2 school or something like that, but nonetheless, they didn't want to take any chances of losing on their homecoming. On one hand, I understand it, but on the other hand, it's an NAIA school. I'm going to just leave that there.
They want to insure it.
So there was a penalty on that last play. It's going to back up the Vikings 5 yards. So it would have been 3rd and 6. It's now 3rd and 11. Ball at about the 46-yard line. 1:48 remaining here in the first quarter. We are scoreless here from Durham, Texas. Wide.
Here we go.
Has a man wide open. That pass is caught.
Wow.
Number Kobe Bryant.
He went airborne and took a shot while in the air and hung on to the ball.
That was a big-time reception.
Yes, sir.
That was Wyatt, kind of the strongest receiver out there. But the receiver knew he was going to take a big hit, but held on to it to get the first down.
Only 5'9", 175 was able to hang on to that ball.
This time Wyatt, he fakes it to get the wheels at the middle. He keeps it himself, and he gains about 15 yards and another first down for the Vikings. Another smooth handoff, and it got me again here in the broadcast.
Well, here's the thing that I am very, very impressed with. They do a lot of motion. Hopefully I can get this in before the next play. But they're running a misdirection from the spread, and I got to be honest, I had yet to see that.
I agree. I mean, it's confusing me from the booth. So I can imagine on the field.
They did it 2 plays in a row.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I didn't know who had the ball after that.
Wyatt fakes the pass, throws him back in the end zone. That pass is caught for a Viking touchdown.
Touchdown number 23 for Wyatt. Another play action. All that was set up, brothers, off the play action.
Agreed.
And the effectiveness of the run. We're going to be in for a dogfight today.
And do you know who was rewarded with that touchdown, sir? The same man who went across the middle, Kobe Bryant, who took that shot in the air in 2 previous plays ago.
That touchdown was his reward for that pass that he caught, went up in the air for it.
Yeah, and make a note that pass was on the money on that time by Wyatt.
Yes, sir.
And the kick is up, and it is good. So, the Vikings strike first blood here in today's contest towards the end of the first quarter. Mr. Tom, like when I make that reference.
First blood?
He strikes first blood, sir.
John Rambo?
I'm a Sylvester Stallone fan. Yes, sir. The Vikings strike first blood in today's contest by score of 7-0 with a minute remaining here in the first quarter. And, guys, y'all mentioned the play-action fake done by the Vikings. We see the play-action fake by the Blinn Buccaneers as well. They don't run it as often as the Vikings, but the Blinn Buccaneers do try that play-action fake as well, just like the Vikings. But unfortunately, it's working out effectively for the Vikings here in this first quarter.
Yes, sir. And I'm sorry, Doc, go ahead.
No, I just wanted to let folks know that we're not trying to be disrespectful to Northeastern Oklahoma. They are the Golden Norsemen. We call them Vikings for short, but they are the Norsemen. But if we say Vikings, we don't mean any harm. It's just quicker and easier to say.
Well, Vikings work from the north.
But I just, just for clarity purposes.
Yes, sir.
I have some people from Northeastern Oklahoma say we're not the Vikings. We're
the Golden Norsemen.
The Golden Norsemen.
Let me say this much. When they're running their misdirection, it is a lot more action and a lot more motion going on in their plays than what Blinn runs. And I think there lies a problem with Blinn defense catching this up because we don't know who has the ball from our vantage point. So, I can only imagine.
Being down in the trenches, man, and playing against misdirections from my past, it is very confusing. And it takes discipline. You have to stay in your lane. Mm-hmm. Don't go guessing. Just stay there anticipating that the ball is coming to you. And 9 times out of 10, it will.
The kick is up. It's going to go into the back of the end zone.
Well, while they get set up for the first play, we want to definitely recognize our sponsors. We want to thank Farmers Insurance Agency. Out of the Hempstead location, you can contact LaTanya Chappell at 979-826-3026. 979-826-3026. We are farmers.
Bum, 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 bum.
Well, guys, it is the battle of the top two teams of the Southwest Junior College Football Conference. The Norsemen get on the scoreboard first by a score of 7-0.
The Golden Norsemen.
The Golden Norsemen, with about a minute remaining here in the first quarter. The Bucks are going to have to answer the call here on this next drive.
Well, if you look at it, the Bucks are down 10 points because they missed a field goal and gave up the touchdown. So that's a swing of 10 points.
And it makes a difference with momentum.
And they're going to go to play action phase. This time they're going to pass the Reed to the right side, and he gains about, give him 7 yards on that play.
As a matter of fact, that was a pass by 12 and not Williams. For the Bucks, okay?
Yes, sir. Corey Smith on that last.
Yeah, that was a new little wrinkle.
Keep them guessing.
Buccaneers mixing it up here on this drive. I like it. Ball at the 32-yard line, and they're going to pass the Reed this time on the left side, and he has nothing but daylight, goes out of bounds, and gains more than enough for
now,
Buccaneers.
I'm about to see if you saw what I just saw, Brother Cobb. He did an old Walter Payton. Yes, I did the high leg kick to the ball and then jetted forward for some more yards.
I did see that Walter Payton move. Sweetness. Yes, sir. Nice move. And if you guys notice, they're going back to that short passing game. We got done so much success the first time.
And they're going to go with Carlos Grace here on the run. Gains about 7 yards. And I like what the Blinn Buccaneers did on that play. They moved all their wide receivers to the right side, moving the defense to that side. They let Carlos Grace run to the left side where there's no defenders in the area.
At the next level, there are no defenders. Everyone's pulled over to the other side of the field. And, again, they're going to the short passing game and these little runs. And it seems like they're drawing some success from that.
Well, I think both teams were kind of jabbing each other around, getting a feel for what they think would work. And then once you go through some scripted plays, because Coach Mahon does go through a scripted play, and once you get through that script, then you see what your percentages were. They call all this analytics these days. And they go through and they sort out what's effective, what's not effective. Now you're going to start seeing the heart of their attack for the rest of the game.
Sir, is that money ball on the collegiate level?
Yeah, it's all about money ball.
There you go.
It's all about money
analytics.
Yes, so you mentioned the scripted play, Mike. So what if you're a coach and you get into the ball game and you realize that things are kind of shaking up a little bit? Do you still go through your scripted plays, even though you know that it's not working, things are kind of shaking up, the defense is kind of sniffing it out? Do you continue to run through your scripted plays, or do you go ahead and try to make adjustments?
You stick with the script, and while you're sticking with the script, you're finding out what's working, what's not working, and it's almost like throwing little chinks of the armor. I'm trying to look for that soft spot. So you got to run your script. Now, that's why you only have a set number of plays. Some cases it's 10 plays, 20 plays, depending on what it is. And once you get past that, at halftime you say, this is what worked, this is what didn't work. Now let's go out of this format of what did work, and then let's add more plays to that.
Now, one thing I'm really trying to get to, Mike, now the Bucks are only down 7. They're not down by a lot of points. I know you said 10 plus the field goal that they missed on that last drive, but they're only down by 7. What if you get to a point where you're still not done with your scripted plays, but you kind of find yourself down by more than 7, by 14, maybe 21, down by 3 touchdowns, but you still haven't went through all your scripted plays?
You have to stick with your script, unless why even have one?
I would agree.
So 2nd and 3,
I would agree.
The Bucks have teams that switch sides.
There's a long pass. There's a long pass.
And that pass.
Smith. Oh, my goodness.
And he's kicking himself right about now. He was wide open.
The corner was wide open.
Lord have mercy.
We didn't put that on the money.
Wow.
I mean, it was a
put it on the money while it was on the run.
On the run.
Stepped up in the pocket.
In and out
There's that one long. Corey Smith just cannot hang on to it.
And hindsight is 20/20. He had a lane to run for the first down. That's what he said. That's when you tuck it and run. But he did what he was supposed to do. He executed well. It just didn't finish on the other end.
Catch it first, then run.
When the turns are moving from this level to the next level, you have to make big plays like that. And they're going to go to handout to Carlos Grace. Gets tripped up at the line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up 4th down for the Bucks.
Actually, as he tried to do a jab step, he slipped. Yes, he slipped, lost his footing, and gave up, the leverage that he would have to get low and get through the tackle.
That all-conference blade of grass got him. And unfortunately, they're going to be forced to punt. And, again, another Buccaneers drive stalled by one play.
Well,
Yeah.
Devin Williams was trying to plead with his coach and wanted to go for it on 4th and 3. As Coach signaling to the offense told them to get off the field as the punting unit come out.
Well, you know, if you're a competitor as Williams,
they're going to go with the fake on 4th and 3. And not get enough for a first down.
Now, I'm not trying to be funny or anything. I was thinking, I said they might try to fake it right here. I really didn't get a chance to say it.
That's that football instinct.
Yeah, that's that. But and with that instinct, Northeastern Oklahoma Golden Norsemen were ready.
And as we said before, Coach Ryan Mahon is a risk taker.
Mm-hmm.
We've already seen it twice here in this game. And unfortunately, they came up short there on 4th down.
Well, I tell you what,
the fake.
They were not chicken to go for that 4th down. But speaking of chicken,
what did I tell you?
You gentlemen were able to enjoy Bush's chicken as I was late to the party. So how was it?
Good.
Well, if you and the listeners always want to try Bush's chicken, you reach them at 979-838-1804. Bush's Chicken, the best in Brenham.
And a gaping hole up the middle gains about 15 to 16 yards on the play. Another Golden Norseman first down. That was number 15, Cortez Watson on the run for the Norseman.
And this we talk about momentum swings. You know, they stopped the fake punt, and now they on their very first play to get positive yards.
So 1st and 10 for the Golden Norseman. Ball at the 36-yard line. Pass to the left side. Pass is complete to number 83, K.J. Wells. Picks up about 6 yards on the play as we have a quarterback switch, guys, for the Golden Norseman. Number 4, Cordell Grundy, who checks in the game at quarterback for the Norseman here on this drive.
I don't know why, because it seems like Wyatt was having a lot of success, especially with K.J. Wells. But again, you see this number 4 found Grundy also found K.J. Wells with no problem.
Well, we'll just see what happens here on this particular drive. If he's going to pitch this one to K.J. Wells to the right side, and he's going to have nowhere to go, maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage.
It seems as though they're trying to, as Dr. Petty spoke of, another weakness in the armor of the Buccaneer defense, and trying to hit here, hit there.
Yeah.
Could be still in the scripted plays.
And maybe they're just testing out a new quarterback. You know, it's not to say that Wyatt was playing poorly, because we saw it was the opposite out in that particular drive. We didn't really see him get hurt or anything like that. So maybe the Norseman just trying to try out a new quarterback here on this drive.
Possibly, but this is a game that counts. I don't know if this is the time to do so, but like you said, who knows?
And they're going to hand this now to up the middle. Shares a few defenders, picks up about 8 yards, and another Norseman first down.
Wow, that was Cortez Watson, and he dipped a jab and skied his way around these defenders.
And Mr. Carr, normally when I see teams do that, when they switch out quarterbacks, if one is not hurt, you know, maybe the other quarterback can do something differently than the other quarterback can do. So maybe Wyatt's more of your passer. He can take off running too, but then maybe this guy can do something different.
I agree, and that could be very well the case. Everybody has a specialty.
And he's flushed out of the pocket. He's going to run to the right side, and he's going to run out of bounds. Picks up about 6 yards. Nice positive yards there on that scramble run.
Well, he took a play where everyone was covered, and he turned it into something. And again, maybe he's a little bit more nimble.
Well, he's fleet of foot right now. He's flushed out of the pocket. The pocket collapsed. He just escapes to the left and picks up the positive yard.
Yes, sir.
So the Norsemen are moving the ball fairly easily here on this drive as Grundy to the man in motion, hands this off the court. Well, he's faking the Cortez as well. He's going down in the backfield by number 40, Jalen Cooper. And Mike, we talked about Jalen Cooper. He's going to have to step up in this game to get his first sack of the game. How much more do we need to see that?
Well, we need to see a little bit of more 40, and we definitely got to see 4 before it's over with. That's sack number 3.5 on the year for Cooper.
So that last sack is going to bring up a huge third down, 3rd and 12 to be exact, for the Norsemen. Ball at about the 21-yard line. 11:24 remaining here in the second quarter. 7-0 is our score in favor of the Golden Norsemen. Running. Drop back to pass. That pass is complete.
There a flag.
As we do have, yes, sir, we do have a flag on the play.
Might be a holding. Hopefully that's the indication.
Right. For all the Blinn fans.
And did the flag come from the back judge?
I believe so. It is before the
it is
ball
holding a false start if it came from the back judge.
Well, if it was false start, they would have stopped the play, you would think.
Yeah, right?
Yes, sir.
It's a holding call.
And it will be a holding call if the officials are trying to ask the coach.
He didn't indicate whose side. He's talking to Coach Mahan in the Bucks as if it was against the Norsemen.
Right.
And I believe you're trying to act like you want to accept it.
Well, yeah, I want to accept it, man. Push them back. Push them back. Way back.
And it will be holding against the Golden Norsemen.
And Mr. Davis is third and what? Forever. Third and forever.
It's third and forever.
As they have about 23 yards before they get to the first
22, 23 yards to go. They have to get to the 9-yard line of the Bucks for a first down. Ball placed at the 31-yard line. The Norsemen, are moving right to left. 11:02 remaining here in the second quarter. Trips to the right for the Norsemen as Cortez is offset to Grundy's left.
Cortez is shifty running.
As Grundy is going to air this one long, and that pass is caught.
Wow.
Inside the 10-yard line. I believe he's going to have enough for the first down.
I believe so, too.
We're going to spot this, but we do have another flag on the play.
And I don't know if you guys noticed, as we talk about the difference in the quarterbacks, it seemed to me Grundy's pass, or even his mechanics of the pass, were not nearly as smooth as Tiger Wall. But he got it there, for the pass.
And I believe it is coming back. That huge pass by Grundy is coming back.
I've been scanning on the sidelines, guys, to see if we could have a sighting of Wyatt. And he's actually standing over there on the sideline with his hands on his hip.
He might be wondering what's going on. Doc as to why he's not playing.
So we're not sure exactly what that last call was, but nonetheless, it backed the Bucks up 10 more yards to make this
third and what?
Third and pray. The ball is now at the 46-yard line. They have to get to the 10-yard line of the Bucks for a first down, and it is third down.
Wow.
Not too many plays are designed for 3rd and 37.
No,
not too many plays designed for that. We have 10:35 remaining here in the second quarter as the Norsemen struck first blood here in today's contest by the score of 7-0.
Well, let's see what the coach draws up. This is going to be, as you said,
not sure when
he's
going to pull out of his bag of tricks for this one. If he gets out of this one, we got to give him a medal. Ball at the 46-yard line. He's going to hand it off to Cortez up the middle. He's just going to gain about 5 yards on the play. And then again, there's not too many plays. You don't want to take a big chance downfield and wind up with an interception. Exactly. So nonetheless, there's not too many plays designed for 3rd and 37.
Right now, you're playing position ball. You got the lead. You're on the road.
Yes,
your defense has proven that they've shown up to play today. So you might as well continue to put it in their hands. Now, if you're the Bucks, you got to respond. They say the 3rd, 4th time in this case would be a charm. We got to take it and really get something. I don't care if I get 3, but I got to get something on this next drive.
I would agree. This is an important drive for the Buccaneers to put some points on the board.
As Corey Smith is just going to wave this punt off, and it's going to be fielded at about the 18-yard line.
He hurt me.
He heard that he felt that hit on the last play.
Or the heat, the warmth from the defender's breath that was down his neck.
Down his neck. The pitter-patter of footsteps and the warmth of the breath.
Well, nonetheless, if I do know Coach Mahan, he probably talked to Sequoia Williams on the sideline and saying, hey, if you can't field it without the defense being right there in your face, just get away from it, just wave it off. We don't want to lose too many more yards here on this drive.
And speaking of talking to Coach Mahan, you can join me each and every Monday as we go over the X's and O's of Blinn Buccaneers football with Coach Mahan exclusively at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We join up with Coach and we talk about it. It's been a very, very exciting year for Blinn football, for the Open Mic Broadcast Network family, for these two organizations to partner up together. And we got a lot more things in store, and we can't wait to start sharing these things with you guys.
It's been very exciting, Mike. You know, in terms of where the Blinn Buccaneers were in this division last year, it has literally been a flip side to this organization.
Absolutely. You're talking about timing, it's everything, and it's definitely that, right?
And speaking of great timing, if it's time for you to do your landscaping, you can look for Burger Fencing Landscaping and more.
That's
for
right.
all of your landscaping needs. They can be reached at 281-253-2923, 281-253-2923, Burger Fencing, Landscaping, and more.
Winterize your lawn.
There you go.
There you go.
Aerate, winterize.
That's right.
Feed the lawn.
Feed the lawn. Feed me, Seymour.
He doesn't know anything about that. Where's that from, Mr. Davis?
You know I don't know anything about that.
Oh, my goodness. Little Shop of Horrors.
Little Shop of Horrors. Man, we're going to have to educate this dude.
I know.
We keep telling them.
We're going to put him in front of the movie.
We're going to have to get him a book.
There you go. Oh,
Here we go. As Williams goes the quarterback run up the middle, he picks up about 10 yards enough for a Buccaneers first down.
it looks like that's Davion Boyd,
Yes, sir. Yeah, Davion Boyd at quarterback for the Bucs here on this drive.
So a little cat and mouse game going on between the coaches.
Oh, you can switch your quarterback. So can I.
There you go.
As Boyd is the man in motion. And fumble on the play, and I believe
Oh, my God.
it was recovered by the Golden Norseman.
Not good. It was,
now, that time, you got a little excitement. The adrenaline is flowing on the backup quarterback and the mishandle of the handoff and going and just easing that ball in. I don't know if it was play action or whatnot, but we do have some discussion on the field right now.
Well, Dr. P, I can tell you right now, as Boyd is coming off the field, he's pointing to himself, telling the coach, hey, my bad. Yes, he did not place it, as Mr. Davis wanted to say, in the bread basket.
You have to put it in the breadbasket of the running back.
Yes, sir, and that cost them, as you gave the Golden Norseman 25 yards to pay dirt.
Yeah, with the way they've been moving the ball, even right now,
You don't want to give this.
you don't want to give them this much, but if you're the Bucs, you'll be satisfied with a field goal attempt.
Yes, sir.
So 1st and 10 for the Norseman as Wyatt is back in the game at quarterback. And he's going to hand this off to Williams at the middle, picks up about 7 yards on the play. So number 12, Wyatt Steigerwald is back at quarterback for the Golden Norseman. Not sure why he checked out.
Well, once again, guys, we're talking about JUCO ball, and you got talent oozing all over the place, and that's a great way to get the maximum out of your guys, pushing each other.
Yes, sir.
This time, the pass to KJ Wells. That pass is incomplete.
Tipped up and a chance for the defense to make a catch as Vontae Davis is right in the area.
Trying to fall right into that 4-2-5 zone, and just great reaction by the linebackers on that front tier to deflect that pass.
Yeah, Mike, speaking of the zone, we normally say throwing in double coverage. He threw it in triple coverage on that play. KJ Wells was not open on that last play.
Forcing the issue?
So, 3rd down coming up for the Golden Norseman. 3rd and a manageable 3 to be exact. Swing receiver set up for the Golden Norseman as Wyatt is the man in motion and pitches this one to the left side. He's going to stretch this one far to the sideline, and he's going to have nowhere to go. Huge stop on 3rd down by this Bucs defense.
Tremendous hit by Chris Toombs. Due to the back out of Kilgore. He sniffed it out, and you know who's in the area. 40.
Jalen Cooper. Now, once again, Wyatt is doing a lot of things after the play. Yes, he's going through like he's through a little hitch.
Yes, sir. He still followed through with the fake.
With the Golden Norseman going to go for it here on 4th down. That's Wyatt's going to have nowhere to go. He's sacked in the backfield. Big play. That was number 48, Ryan Buckley.
That was huge for the Bucs, because if you're Northeastern, you want to at least attempt a field goal, which gives me an indication they're not confident in their kicker from this range.
Agreed. And again, great hit by the linebacker, and what a stop.
Well, nonetheless, the Buccaneers come up great on defense on that drive to bring the offense back out on the field, and Coach Mahon is going to bring Devin Williams back out on the field and quarterback.
Get back in there and make it happen.
To try to capitalize on this next drive.
The musical quarterback cheers have stopped.
At least for now.
So the Bucs going to go with an empty backfield setup, but he does send Reed in motion to accompany him in the backfield. He's going to hand off to Reed to the left side, and he's going to gain about 5 yards after being knocked out of bounds at the 40-yard line.
Good play, off tackle, got him 5 yards. Again, you do that twice, you have a first down every time.
8:19 remaining here in the second quarter. 7-0 our score in favor of the Golden Norsemen. 2nd and 5 for the Bucks.
As you guys stated, the Buccaneers definitely did score on this drive.
Ball at about the 38-yard line. Trips to the right as Williams sends Reed in motion to be offset to his right. As he's going to attempt to pass him first out of pocket, rolls to his right.
Wide open.
Reed, that pass is caught at the 40, past the 50, and he's going to be brought down at the 39-yard line, and enough for a Buccaneers first down.
DeAndre Reed get another Walter Payton.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah. Hey, you go look up.
You need to Google Walter Payton.
Oh, I know Walter Payton.
Well,
I know Walter Payton.
You see that move, that kick, and then that step. It draws the defender off.
Ball at about the 38-yard line of the Golden Norsemen. First down and 10 for the Bucks. Williams sends another man in motion. Williams going to attempt the pass. This time a QB draw up the middle. He's met at the line of scrimmage. He's going to lose about a yard on the play.
Now, that times Williams got a little too anxious. If he had just waited just a little bit longer for that, because the hole was there, and he committed so quick that the D lineman had a chance to react, because these guys had every intention of moving upfield.
Correct.
And you roll right through the lane that they create for you.
Well, Mike, that's the thing about quarterback draws. You know, it's a run by the quarterback, and they have to anticipate when the hole is going to be there and kind of try to wait and see when the hole is going to be there. But as you mentioned, you just went ahead with a little head of steam there.
Yeah, sell the pass and make it look the part until it's time to capitalize on the hole.
Easy for me to say it up here in the booth.
Seriously.
Oh, look at
pass to DeAndre Reed for a huge gain and the Buccaneers first down.
Hey, that's what you call thread the needle.
Well, Mike, he told you if I didn't wait on that play, but I can pass as well.
I can sling it, baby. I can sling it.
I think your mic is wired into his helmet. He's hearing everything you're saying right now.
Shh, don't tell anybody.
So 1st and 10 for the Bucks. Ball at about the 16-yard line of the Golden Norsemen. The Buccaneers are knocking on the door here midway through the second quarter. As Will's going to attempt another pass, and he has all day to throw. Excellent protection by the line, and that pass is caught at about the 5-yard line, but I believe this one is coming back as we do have a flag on it.
Yeah, a little too much time. A little too much time.
Yeah, and it came from the back, Judge. I think this one's coming back.
Sir, you saw slinging that rock. He's doing so legally. That's the thing. Because he's taking it
coming from a police officer. Right there. That's the only rock you're allowed to sling, young man. Keep slinging it and sling it well. That's all right. Boy, you tell me it doesn't pay to have a little wit and charm in your life.
So that holding penalty is going to back up the Buccaneers 10 yards. Instead of having the ball at the 5-yard line, they're going to have it at about the 27-yard line.
Still first down, thank you.
It's still first down. It's still Norseman territory.
Yes, sir.
As we have 6 minutes remaining to be exact here in the second quarter, 7-0 is our score in favor of your Blinn Buccaneers. Trips to the right, Grace offset to Williams' right, and Williams going to attempt another pass to DeAndre Reed. That pass is caught at the 20-yard line.
Actually, Andre, I wish it was the Bucks in top. It was actually the Norsemen that are on top, but it's okay.
Oh.
Yeah, you said you're Blinn Buccaneers. Somebody said, I thought we were down. Yeah, we're down, ladies and gentlemen, but not for long because we're knocking at the door.
The Blinn Buccaneers are normally on top.
Down but not out.
Down but not out. Absolutely. Your Golden Norsemen are on top. Thank you guys by a score of 7-0 with 5:25 remaining here in the second quarter. And that last play is going to bring up 2nd and about 12. And he's just going to run out of bounds. Had nowhere to go on that play.
No, good defensive reaction by the Golden Norsemen. You got to be impressed with how they're responding. And if you notice, they're doing what we was talking about earlier, staying in their lanes. When they're used to going against those misdirections, they got the discipline of staying at home, and they're doing an excellent job of doing that.
You're right, Doc. In that particular time, Nick Dawson, the defensive lineman, was given pursuit of Williams and flushed him out of the pocket.
So ball's at about the 24-yard line. It's now 3rd and 14. Worst case scenario, if they do not get the first down here on 3rd down, what do you do on 4th down as the kicker missed a 24-yard field goal on the last play?
Well, it depends on this play here.
And speaking of the play,
as
Williams still on the seat.
He's buying time. Look at this. He's buying time.
He's still on the seat, still running, and he's just going to take
another
daylight run to the left
side.
And he runs out of bounds right at the first down marker.
The only way you can describe that play is video move.
That was Madden.
That was Madden.
Oh, my goodness.
What button is that?
That's the C button, the circle button. The circle button. Oh, my goodness. What a move of athleticism by Williams to buy time. Kept looking downfield, but then said, you know what, I'll just tuck it and run.
They're going to go for it, sir.
Oh, yeah. It's now 4th and about 2. He did not quite get to the first down marker, but he should have been sacked at least 3 times in the backfield.
Right. Agreed. He kept buying time. Little Donovan McNabb, 4th and 24 years ago.
Or my favorite, Michael Vick. You know, I'm a little younger, so my favorite, Michael Vick. Right. So a timeout called on the play, guys. I believe a timeout was charged against the Golden Norsemen as we have 4:06 remaining here in the second quarter as they're on top by the score of 7-0. What a play by the quarterback, Devin Williams.
Now, I don't want to sound like Chicken Little, but you just had a huge momentum play from Williams.
Yes, sir.
It's 4th down. I've blown a couple opportunities in the red zone.
Mm-hmm.
I might consider kicking this.
Even though the kicker missed a 24-yarder on the last drive.
We got to think playoffs. And if you want to go any further in the playoffs, you got to have a stronger, a confidence in your kicking game.
Agreed. But in Coach Mihan's defense, if he does decide to go for it, they're on the left hash. Oftentimes, if the kicker isn't confident from the one side particularly the other, you're a little nervous. Secondly, it's 4th and 3, and they're like on the 9-yard line.
9-yard line.
Yes,
so
sir.
if you mathematically, that will only be a 26-yard field goal attempt.
Looks like they're going to go for it.
Now, guys, we do know Ryan Mahan, like I said before, and I'll say it again, he is a risk taker, and he's going to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey, they're wearing Vegas gold, the Norsemen are, so he's going to go
gamble it. Exactly. Put it all on blue for 3.
Ball at the 9-yard line. You got Devin Williams, Carlos Grace, DeAndre Reed. You're going to go for it here on 4th and 1. You should be able to get a yard.
And they are going to get it.
They get more in the yard on the play.
That's like I said. Go for it.
No, you're not. No, okay. No, you got to be conservative. Play it safe. Get 3 points.
That's what I'm saying. Go for it. I had your back all the time.
Way back. If they win, we got to get him up here, and I'm exposing you on that one.
I'll expose myself.
That's a little house party. I had your back. Yeah, way back.
I kid and play.
Okay, here we go.
Yes, sir. I am too young. And first to go, and Devin Williams is going to run it in for a Buccaneers touchdown.
Wow. All right. Good job.
That's how you capitalize on making that stop on the other side of the field, driving the length of the field, making that big play.
Yes, sir. You cannot get that touchdown without going for it on 4th down on that last play. I understand you got to get points. You got to be conservative.
Well, you got points.
Yeah, you got 6 instead of 3. But listen, more if you get there without that tremendous play that we spoke of with the bad moves by Williams.
By the same guy who just scored.
Exactly. He scrambled. He got yards. Beautiful.
So
now,
what
you got to say about that, Mike?
I'm happy. Kumbaya.
What you got to say about that?
That's what I say. I say we got a ball game. How about that?
So after a 5-yard scramble by the quarterback, Devin Williams, we are all tied at 7 here from Brenham, Texas, with the score of 7-7 with 3:35 remaining here in the second quarter. And I do believe, guys, it may be too soon to say this, we just in the second quarter where we just may have a nail biter on our hands.
Well, I was predicting that from the matchup. Just looking at these games on paper, and I know we get fascinated and blown away by looking at stats, numbers, and analytics. But when you look at it, I'm not expecting anything but what we're seeing right now.
Yes, sir. I mean, again, we knew it was going to be a great game, and on the whole, it's turned out to be. And it is homecoming for Blinn, so let's bring it home.
It's homecoming for Blinn, but the Golden Norsemen are just behind Blinn in the division. So you got the top 2 teams battling in the Southwest Junior College Football Division. So even though it is homecoming for the Blinn Buccaneers, the crowd is on their side. The Golden Norsemen is not a pushover team. And we've seen that in this first half.
It's a battle for first place.
There you go. Absolutely.
If both teams end up 5-2 in conference, the Norsemen get the nod because they beat Blinn head up.
So, Mr. Prince, if the Buccaneers, knocking on wood, but if they're not victorious by no leading to this ball game, Coach Mahan said that the Blinn Buccaneers will have home field advantage.
At least one home field advantage the first round.
First round.
I'm going for the trifecta. I want to win it all.
So I'm saying, if the Buccaneers are not victorious in this game, what does that mean going forward in terms of home field advantage for the Blinn Buccaneers?
Well, they would have home field advantage, and then it's just like the professional playoff system. The higher seed would host. But if you know you're number one, then you host whoever else wins.
Correct.
Because but you would be the second highest seed. Correct. I mean, you would still have an advantage unless you have to go and play the Norsemen. But why not eliminate all that and just win this game today and pack your bags,
control your own destiny,
and control your destiny to stay right here in Brenham.
Control your destiny if you are the Blinn Buccaneers, as that kick sails out of bounds, and the Norsemen will set up shop at the 25-yard line.
I'm about to give another youngster tip here.
Yes, sir.
You said control your destiny. There was a song by Michael Jackson called Destiny.
Yes, sir. That above you, Doc.
1980.
Oh, you got
Destiny. Is that off the Off the Wall album?
No, off the Dynasty album.
Dynasty
album. He says, in this world there's much confusion, and I've tasted city life, but it's not for me. I do dream of distant places, but where I don't know now, but it's destiny. If it's the rich life, I don't want it. Because happiness is not always material things.
Doc, I know about Mike. You got to come a little stronger than that with your history lesson. Everybody know about Michael Jackson. Come on. Hey, come on now.
I didn't know that song.
Oh, my goodness. And they're going to hand this one off with the middle. He's going to gain about 5 yards on the play. Number 3, Darwin Thompson.
Now, Thompson has been used pretty limited today.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be one. They're trying to see if they're going to try to set him up for the second half or not. But it's been very, or he could have a nagging injury this late in the season.
It's been mainly Darwin Williams at running back for the Golden Norsemen. And they're going to go with the play.
He's going there. They're going deep.
Air it down.
Oh, my
pass is caught.
Wow.
Oh, for a huge Golden Norseman gain and a first down on that play.
He laid that out to Antoine Woods for a long gain. That's a 6'3", 180-pound receiver. I mean, these taller receivers are taking advantage of the shorter defensive back.
Absolutely. That was set up by the play action. Wyatt laid it right there on the money.
The ball is now at the 35-yard line of the Bucs, and Wyatt's going to keep this.
Oh.
Pitch it to the left to Cortez, and he picked up about 6 yards on the play.
Did you guys notice Wyatt was, as he ran around to the left, he was being pursued heavily. He fixed the ball almost like a pitch, like an option.
Yeah, it was an option. He just pitched at the last minute.
Yeah, I think he got rid of it just because he knew he was not going to make that corner. He just pitched it forward, and lo and behold,
they pay me to throw and pass and run, not to get hit.
Yeah, I couldn't quite tell if that was designed to be an option or if he just pitched it at the last minute because he was going down.
I think he just pitched. By the way that played out, he just pitched it. He took advantage of what they gave him.
Hand off to Cortez up the middle, and he's going to have more than enough for a Golden Norseman's first down.
Now, what the Norsemen are doing, and it's very clever, they're in a spread, but it's almost like they're in a wing T offensive mindset, and a lot of movement and misdirection going on, and it's really creating some problems, at least between the red zones for the Bucs. Now, when every team gets a little bit tougher in that red zone as the field shortens and everything, but between the 20 and the 20, they're pretty much been having their way for this first half.
I would agree. I mean, they're moving the ball at will. And, again, like you mentioned, once you get the red zone, it tightens down because you don't have as much room to play with from the passing game. But they're definitely eating up some real estate.
Well, it's definitely keeping the Blinn Buccaneers on their toes because when you go to kind of the misdirection, you're not really sure which direction the ball is going.
Correct.
You got 2 or 3 running backs in the backfield at one time.
And there was a penalty on that play, so now it looks like it's going to be second down and 8.
And you talking about at Will. Who is Will? How did you know his name? No, I'm just messing.
But Ting. Please keep your waist down. The doc will be here all week.
Second and 8 for the Golden Norsemen as Wyatt's going to pull this one and run to the left side, and he's going to run out of bounds. Gains all those yards back.
Well, it looked like it was a mishandlement on the snap, but he was able to regain and power sweep to the left.
And Wyatt is an athlete. I've noticed that here in this first half. And if you have those plays that are kind of broken up, you have an athlete who can just get what he can get and then get some, and he did that on that play.
Agree, which makes you wonder why he was taken out earlier in the earlier series.
Yes, sir.
Could be by design.
So 32 for the Golden Norsemen. Handoff up the middle He picked up about a yard.
Whoa, that was a big hit on
Wyatt.
Yes, Cooper on Wyatt. He's holding his wrist.
Oh, yeah. Cooper went all the way through. Now, one thing about it, and this is where you got to be heads up as a defensive player. Wyatt has been going through all these motions.
Correct.
And justifiable. If I'm a defensive guy on the pursuit, he's fair game.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He may have brought that on himself.
Yes, sir. He did not have the ball, but you wouldn't know that. So Cooper couldn't take the chance.
They're going to go to handoff to Thompson up the middle. Gains about 4 yards is enough for a Golden Norseman's first down.
And Steigerwald still holding his wrist, so I'm not sure. Maybe just a stinger, but he's not broken, but he's definitely still smarting that injury.
Yeah, they're going to spot that ball right at the 24-yard line now.
Another handoff to Thompson up the middle, met at the line of scrimmage. He's going to gain about 3 yards.
And now in that red zone, as Doc spoke of, so now the field does shorten down. Maybe it may work to the Buccaneers' defensive advantage.
Well, right now we got to see 40 or 4 make an impact.
Absolutely.
Play.
I need the defensive line of the Blinn Buccaneers to tighten up here on this next play. And they're going to air this one in the end zone. Touchdown, Golden Norseman.
Penalty. Flag at the top of the
No touchdown. Coming back. Just kidding.
Back it up.
Yes, sir. We do have a flag on the play.
Meanwhile, while they're discussing and figuring out what's going on here, pretty impressive half by the Golden Norsemen. Yes, we like to consider ourselves the homers, but I recognize talent. I recognize pure execution, and you've been seeing that from the Golden Norsemen right now, and I'm excited to see how this one's going to finish.
Absolutely. That last penalty is going to back the Golden Norsemen up 5 yards. That's going to bring up 2nd and 12 with 30 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. We are all tied at 7.
Timeout is being called.
Yes, sir. I do believe so. There was a stoppage in the play. Not quite sure. Teams ain't went to the sideline yet, so I'm not sure.
While they're discussing that, we definitely want to thank our sponsors. So let's start with our Mobius Pizza Cafe and Pizzeria. You can contact Henry or Barbara at 979-251-9955, 979-251-9955. Mobius Cafe and Pizzeria voted the #1 breakfast in Brenham.
Mobius.
Voted the best breakfast in Brenham.
Best that's a tongue twister. Best breakfast in Brenham.
Best coffee and the best pizza.
There you go.
So they got the trifecta rolling. We got an exciting game brewing here. Just a few moments before halftime. A little pause in the action right now. Andre Davis, Kendall Cobb, and yours truly, the radio guy, Mike Prince. Of course, as I say all the time, the voice of student athletics, having a ball here in Brenham, Texas for homecoming 2017, as they are ready to resume play right now.
Yes, sir. They are ready to resume play. Ball at about the 25-yard line of the Bucs, 2nd and 12. And
he's going for it.
Try this again. That pass is
hard. Wow.
Inside the 5 by
number 5,
Kobe Breyer.
Another airborne catch.
Yes.
Because he threw it high yet again, but this guy,
he's 5'9".
Serious hop.
He's 5'9". He went up and got that ball and comes down and hangs on.
Well, they're going to go with a hurry-up offense. This time, Wyatt's going to run up the middle.
Yep.
Touchdown, Golden Norsemen.
Now, that was huge because the Golden Norsemen get the ball after the half. They won the toss, deferred
You're right.
to get it at the hack, and they get this just as the time is winding down. So they got a chance now for a 14-point swing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So with 20 seconds remaining in the second quarter, 14-7 is our score in favor of the Golden Norsemen with this extra point.
And as we spoke before, gentlemen, they're hitting them from the air, they're hitting them on the ground, going around the side, a lot of misdirection, they're going up the middle. They're attacking the Buccaneer defense from all angles.
The PAT is good, so it makes the score 14-7 now here in the waning moments of the first half of play. The Golden Norsemen, number 2 in conference, number 14 in the nation, leading the number 4 in the nation and number 1 in conference, Blinn Buccaneers.
The Blinn Buccaneers are going to get the ball back, Mike, with 20 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Do you just run the clock out or do you try to get a big play?
Depends on the kickoff return, where I'm positioned, on the field. And what I'm trying to do, you got to remember, right now we're missing 3 points.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We're missing 3 points,
Correct.
which could have a significant turning point, because I could be down 14-10 right now
instead of
14-7. And every point matters.
Yes, sir.
Every point matters, which I was saying on that last possession. That's why I say go for it, Coach. Get the touchdown.
Did you say that?
Okay.
Mr. David, did he say that, sir?
No, I don't think he did, Mr.
My memory doesn't recollect that, sir.
I'm not here to
I know what I see.
He's doing that George Bush fuzzy math or voodoo economics.
Well, he's going to field this one at the 20, runs to about the 25, and he's going to be brought down at the 27-yard line.
27-yard line. We would have a little time left on the clock.
About 13 seconds.
13 to be exact.
And he said depending on the return. So they have the ball at the 27-yard line.
27-yard line.
Now, how do you analyze this now?
In terms of give it to Grace and let him run. If he gets something open, great. I got a timeout left, but I got 13 seconds. I just don't want to turn over. I don't want to force anything.
You and do a couple sideline throws out.
They do get the ball at the start of the third.
Not at my own 27.
They do get the ball at the start of the third.
No, that's where Gordon Norseman get the ball. Remember they deferred.
Yeah. They did defer to the second half.
Yeah.
They did.
So
the
Gordon Norseman get the ball to start the second half.
Absolutely. So they're not going to go to run. They're going to go with a pass on first down, incomplete to Corey Smith.
Now, see what happens now. You stop the clock with an incomplete pass.
Correct.
And you got timeout. The Norsemen only have one timeout remaining, but you want the clock to run right now so you can go in there and regroup and assess what worked, what didn't work, and let's come back and regroup. It's still a ball game right now.
They weren't going to trying to run the clock out because that was a slant pass. It looked like it was actually directed towards Braden Hucks, but nonetheless incomplete.
That's the interesting thing. You go with a pass, but you're not
going
to pass downfield, and that pass is complete. And he's going to run out of bounds, picking up about 9 yards on the play. Feels like you go with the pass, instead of trying to run the clock out, but you're not really going for any big plays.
Well, you don't want to turn the ball over. So right now, if I'm going to throw the ball, I want a high percentage pass. These passes are like long handoffs.
Right.
Okay? And you're going to catch it. I'll give you a chance to get a little space, and if you can't get anything, get out of bounds.
And which Hucks did. I mean, he caught the ball inbounds, ran smartly out of bounds.
Yes, sir. Ran out of bounds with about 3.2 seconds remaining on the game clock. 14-7, our score in favor of the Golden Norsemen. That last run is going to bring up third and about 2 for the Bucks. Ball at the 37-yard line.
And, ladies and gentlemen, when we go to half, we're going to let you enjoy a little bit of the Blinn Buccaneer award-winning band as they'll play. Give us a little breather, get caught up on some scores and highlights going on throughout the world of college football, come back with some analysis or whatnot, and get ready for the second half of Blinn Buccaneer broadcast right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
I want to hear about that TV game, sir.
Well, just to give you an update, they're leading 34-7. 6:35.
34-7.
34-7.
34-7.
34-7.
Well, I'll be John Brown.
With 6:35 remaining in the third quarter.
Who's John Brown?
He is who we thought he is.
Is that the actual name of Cooter Brown?
That's some St. Louis slang. I don't know what the
young man, you just take notes and keep waking up.
I'll be John Brown.
Well, that's better than swearing.
I'm gonna use that. I'll be John Brown. Okay.
And again, who's John Brown?
I don't know.
He's the cousin of John Doe. He's the cousin of John Doe.
Cousin. There you go.
Yeah.
I'm like, Mike, who is John Brown? Is he in the room with us right now? Who is
he? Could be not.
So teams are back out onto the field, third and
bunch
2
formation
for the Bucks. That's interesting on third down. And he's going to toss this one to DeAndre Reed.
Oh, he's going to lateral.
He's going to run this one past the 50. That's just going to run the clock out here in the first half The Golden Norsemen on top of this one, 14-7.
We'll pause real quickly. We'll let the band do what they're going to do, and we'll come back with the start of our halftime show. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network. The radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince, Andre Davis, and Mr. Kendall Cobb, live from Brenham, Texas. Homecoming 2017 for the Blinn Buccaneers. Blinn trailing right now by the score of 14-7. Knockdown drag out as we expected, but as expected, there's going to be even more fireworks after the half. We'll pause for the calls, and we'll be right back to start our second half of play. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the voice of student athletics.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are proud to present the grand entertainment for 2017 Blinn College Buccaneer Marching Band and Blinn College Treasures Dance Team, winner of the 2017 NBA National Championship. Jacob Brown, Sarah Bond, and Jacob Hawk. Jones and Laura Edison. The dance team will now perform for Journey's 1980 smash hit, Any Way You Want It. Under the direction of Sarah Kowalski and Michael Bishop. The Buccaneer Marching Band is a steel veteran Marshall of Esmeralda Sandoval, Tristan Florio, and Alonzo Hernandez is proud to present a blast from our band's past. We will be featuring works representing the various eras of the Blinn Band. Representing the current Buccaneer Band, we begin today's special alumni show featuring our color guard with one of First England Fire's most popular hits, September. At this time, we would like to welcome our Buccaneer Band alumni back to the theater. We continue our alumni tribute with a traditional march frequently performed by the band during Mr. Larry Campbell's tenure as director of band. Them Bases features below graph. Please give a round of applause and a warm welcome to the director of band from 1973 to 2013, Mr. Larry Campbell. University of Texas Marching Band. Enjoy Eddie's Radio Show. Please give a warm round of applause for 2017 Blinn College Alumni Band. We will finish this afternoon's performance with another Earth, Wind, and Fire classic. Co-written by Al Lewis and David Foster, and the song was one of several hit singles from the 1979 album, I Am. The album went on to hit double platinum status and rose to number 1 in the pop chart. We hope you enjoy In the Zone. Ladies and gentlemen, from family and students of the College Student Government Association, along with the People Leadership and Activities Department, is delighted to present our 2017 Homecoming Tour. Over the past week, the Homecoming Queen and King nominees have competed in various challenges, and today's winners are based on 4 criteria. Number 1, a recommendation letter by the club organization advisor and one faculty member. Number 2, a written essay. Number 3, the performance scores from Moneyval's Homecoming Talent Show, and their campus-wide vote funded by our student body. Now for the introduction of issues for the Homecoming and King nominees. Our queen candidate is Holly Burns. She's the daughter of Dan and Melinda Burns. Holly's from Sabine, Texas. She's graduated in agriculture business. And by graduation, she plans to attend Texas A&M University. Holly Burns is a member of the Blinn College Ag Club and Livestock Judging Team.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Halftime here in Brenham, Texas. Homecoming 2017 for the Blinn Buccaneers. They're trailing at the moment to the Golden Norsemen by the score of 14-7. Very, very competitive game going on right now. Gentlemen, give us your assessment. First half.
It's been a nail-biter, Mike. I mentioned that first. Once the Blinn Buccaneers got on the scoreboard after the Golden Norsemen, I said, you know what, we just may have a nail-biter on our hands. We went back and forth in this first half between these two teams. Honestly, I still think it's any one ball game. The Blinn Buccaneers definitely had to come out very physical in the second half.
We expected a great game. We're getting a great game. And again, I'm just going to parrot what you guys are saying. Basically, this is a back-and-forth ordeal. I think the last team with the ball might come out victorious.
Absolutely. As the teams have gathered themselves, what do you think are going to be some of the keys for the Bucs to get control of this game in the second half?
Well, we mentioned, Mike, misdirection of the offense by the Golden Norsemen. So the Blinn Buccaneers defense is going to have to step up in this ball game, try to figure out a way to kind of stop that between the quarterback. Wyatt, he's been unbelievable for the Golden Norsemen here in this first half. So through the air and as well as on the ground as well. So they're going to have to try to find a way to contain him. The secondary is going to have to tighten up. We saw some plays by number 40, Jalen Cooper. Haven't really heard much noise from Antoine Jackson Jr., but if I do know him, he's going to show up big time for the Blinn Buccaneers in the second half some way, somehow. He's going to have to.
He's got to do it, and I got all confidence in Brother Ford. And I call him Brother Ford.
Brother Ford.
His number.
Yes, sir. He owns that number.
He owns it, and he can have that number. As long as he's around me, at least, he can have that number. But they've been getting some pressure. But one thing about it, and Cooper was able to get a big hit on Wyatt in that first half, following through with that misdirection, carrying out the play, if you will. I want to see if that's going to have any cause and effect if this game gets deeper into the second half.
It could. One of the keys, I think, for the Blinn defense in particular, because they run the Norsemen, Golden Norsemen run so many different plays. They hit you around the corner, hit you with this direction, hit you from the air. They just had to guess correctly. I mean, when it comes to those crucial plays, third and whatever, they're going to have to just guess correctly. It's a crapshoot either way, but if they guess correctly to get that stop, they can then get that field position, capitalize on the play.
And there have been several times that the Blinn Buccaneers have guessed correctly in that first half. A lot of times it worked out for them. A lot of times they did not guess correctly, but I like the fact that you mentioned that because, honestly, with those misdirection plays, especially if you do have some athletic guys on your offense that can run the ball, and the Golden Norsemen have just that, the Blinn Buccaneers are going to have to guess correctly. But I actually do believe in the defense of the Blinn Buccaneers. They've buckled down in the past before leading up to this point. So I have all the confidence in the world with Coach Mahan and this Blinn Buccaneers defense to buckle down here in the second half. If they can do that, if they can buckle down here in the second half, particularly this opening drive of the third quarter, and get their offense on the field, led by Dennis Williams, Carlo Graves, and DeAndre Reeves, who's been coming up fairly well for the Blinn Buccaneers offense in that first half. We normally really just hear from Williams and Grace, but it's really been DeAndre Reed for the Blinn Buccaneers offense in that first half.
You're exactly right. And again, I mean, it's just a matter of, again, get the ball in these playmakers' hands, let them do what they do, and again, just let's guess correctly defensively, move that ball offensively, and hopefully we'll come out with a homecoming victory, which makes that homecoming dance or the homecoming concert all the sweeter.
Now, Mr. Carr, real quickly, I want to touch on the point that you made earlier in terms of that it may come down with which team's going to have the ball last. You know, we kind of see that often in ball games. You know, teams are going back and forth. One team scores, another team scores, and ultimately comes down to who has the ball last. How could that work out in the favor of the Blinn Buccaneers in this game if it does come down to, as you stated before, which team has the ball last?
Well, basically, as Dr. P alluded to earlier, with that missed field goal, it puts them in a hole. But again, they can control their own destiny by if they indeed have the ball last, they're 7 points or less in, they can score and decide whether to go for 2 to win it all, go for 7 and tie. It really gives them options. And as you know, with anything, with options, you get power.
Now, guys, I'm all about levels here. You know, in particular in football games, as Dr. Prince mentioned earlier, in terms of 3 points that the Blinn Buccaneers did not get earlier to make a score 14-10 and 14-10, and now it's 14-7. How valuable are those 3 points? Even though they're only down by 1 touchdown, it's only a 1-possession game. How valuable are those 3 points as of now?
They are valuable now, and it will play out even more so as the game goes on, for the simple fact of you want to go down, and we spoke of this earlier, get in the red zone and come away with goose egg. With a goose egg, that is not a good thing. It breaks your morale, breaks momentum. It causes the coach to have less confidence in what the team can do. It makes you make different decisions based upon the fact you're like, hey, we can't get 3 out of this, so you change up your play call selection.
There's an old saying in domino. All money is not good money, but not in football. Any points I can get, I got to take.
There you go. Domino's reference. There you go. I don't know a lot about them bones, but I see people play on the regular. And
when you got a little age on you, you can tie life into a whole bunch of
There you go. There you go.
Youngster, you got that youngster. That was it, you youngster.
I see. Anytime we're in the Blinn Buccaneers broadcast, you always make old references to the young guy here. That is me. But I do take it. I make a mental note of it going forward.
That's not old. That's called seasoning.
Yes, I said season. You don't call me old again. I'm going to talk to you out here.
Old, ancient history. I got a bunch
enough adjectives.
I got a bunch of synonyms for it. Whatever you need.
Oh, my goodness.
As the teams are out onto the field to go to Northman, did win the coin toss, but they did defer to the second half, so they will have the ball in this opening drive. Then Buccaneers defense definitely going to have to buckle down and get a few stops here on this drive.
As the ball was blown over a couple of times by the wind, so they had a holder. In this particular instance, that holder being Eugene Shorter, the kick goes deep into the end zone for a touchback.
Yes, sir. The kick does go into the end zone for a touchback, so the Golden Norsemen will set up shop at the 25-yard line.
Dre, you got some quick scoring updates for us?
I do got some quick scoring updates for you. In the Southwestern Athletic Conference, the Prairie View University Panthers, it is their homecoming, of course, and they're leading the Bacone College by the score of 34-7. With 4:19 remaining in the third quarter. Jackson State on top of Mississippi Valley State by the score of 17-5. 2:59 remaining in that ball game. Grambling on top of Texas Southern by the score of 27-10. 1:30 remaining in the third quarter of that game. Alabama State leading Alabama A&M by a score of 2-7. That game is at halftime. You can watch that game on ESPN. As Wyatt just going to run this one out of bounds on the first down, picks up about 3 yards on the play.
Well, you just talked about Antoine Jackson, and he just made his presence felt on this first play on the second half, flushing Wyatt out of the pocket to force him to get out of bounds prematurely and not get more that he could have gotten off that play.
Oh, Mike, he's going to have to. He was fairly quiet in that first half. He's going to have to come up big for this defense here in the second half, as they're going to go with a run on second down, gained about 6 yards and enough for a Golden Norseman first down. That was number 3, Darwin Thompson. We talked about Thompson in that first half. Really didn't see a whole lot of him in that first half. And you mentioned that they're just going to try to possibly reserve him for the second half, and we saw it just there.
Well, he's averaging 131 yards rushing per game. So if he's not in the doghouse, then something is being held up.
Ball at the 35-yard line, and they're going to pass this one. That pass is incomplete. Number 8, here, Marquis, the intended receiver on the play.
And McKean is hitting himself in the chest like that was his miss. Ran a bad route on that particular play. But sometimes when you're being forced out of the pocket, as it seemed like the intensity of the defensive line of the Bucs is heating up right now.
I would agree. As Steigerwald got that pass off, he was hit again by Jalen Cooper, and again came with holding his wrist. So I agree. That's that line stepping up their efforts.
Second and 2. North, and he's going to air this one long, and that pass is caught by Keem Hare, redeeming himself on that last play.
And I will say this much: Wyatt Steigerwald took a shot by number 4.
Yeah, by A.J. Jackson, but he's just a little too late. And Wyatt is showing some big time play at that quarterback position.
So a huge pass is going to bring up a first down for the Golden Norseman. Ball at the 47-yard line. Handoff to Thompson up the middle. Picks up about 3 yards.
Yeah, he's going to spot him right at the 45-yard line of the Bucs. He said 35, but it's actually the 45.
Like the 45-yard line. Yes, sir.
Just over half court.
Golden Norseman moving right to left. Second and 8. Wyatt handoff to Thompson up the middle. This time he's going to gain a few more extra yards. Just shy of the first down marker. Going to bring up about third and a manageable 1.
Yeah, a short 1, long 2, if you want to look at it like that. But right now, the Norsemen are really trying to take control and set the tempo in this opening drive of the second half.
Along with the hurry-up offense, they're going to hand it off to Thompson again up the middle this time. He will have enough for a Golden Norseman first down.
Gentlemen, Thompson only 5'9", 195. He's proved to be a little workhorse. They're getting him the ball back-to-back. He's protecting the ball as he's running around the corners, and he's getting positive yards.
And we mentioned Thompson, as we talked about before. Again, they did not play him at all in the first half, but he's going to have majority of the workload here in the second half.
He might be the Golden Norseman's X factor.
You're absolutely right. I had our X factors for the Bucs, Jackson and Jalen Cooper here for the Panthers. I keep saying Panthers, but for the Bucs, forgive me.
First and 10 for the Golden Norsemen. This time they're going to fake it to Thompson. Wyatt's going to run the middle himself and gain about 7 yards on the play.
You know, guys, Steigerwald's only, 6'1", 200 pounds, and he's willing to throw his body out there and take these hits. I mean, he's not sliding down. He's going head first.
He's diving down like a Scud missile, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Wyatt.
Scud missile. Ooh, look at that. That's back in the day.
Yes, sir.
With the first Gulf War, right?
Yes, sir. I always date myself.
There you go.
Ball at the 27-yard line of the Blinn Buccaneers, second and 3 for the Golden Norsemen. Wyatt's going to air this one long in the back.
Oh, my God.
That pass is complete.
No.
He did not. He dropped it.
Upon it, but didn't have.
He did not have complete possession of it.
Exactly. Only need one play. See, that's one thing when these guys forget they're watching so much television.
Pro ball,
right? And all you need is one foot in.
Correct.
Don't give me the toe tap, ballerina look. Just catch the ball, plant that one foot, take the point.
Exactly. He tried to come down with it, and he did not hang on through the possession again.
So, guys, instead of the points, that incomplete pass is now going to bring up 3rd and 4 for the Golden Norsemen. Going to hand this off to Thompson to the left side, and he's going to run up the middle past 25. And he gains enough for a Golden Norseman first down.
Now, one thing that you notice, the Golden Norsemen have been having a lot of success to running to their right, to Blinn's left. This time they countered that and go to the left and pick up the yards plus some for a first down.
And over there on the left is Antoine Jackson Jr., so it's interesting that the Golden Norsemen are running in his direction.
Well, sometimes when you got a guy that's that great on the pursuit, the best way to go is right at him.
You're correct. That is correct.
As Wyatt steps out of pocket, and he's just going to throw this one away. Smart move by the quarterback.
Feeling that pressure.
That one.
and all the receivers were covered. I'm looking down the field. All the receivers were covered. So he smartly threw that away because anything else would have been a jump ball.
Feeling that pressure that time from Jalen, number 40, on that backside and busting out to the right. Got rid of it. Like you said, heads-up play out there.
Sir, I believe before this game is over, Wyatt's number 12 will have 4-0 stamped on his chest.
Well, number four needs to make sure of it.
Yeah,
Their job is not complete if they don't do such things.
Exactly.
So 2nd and 10 for the Golden Norsemen.
Fumble.
And it is recovered by the Blinn Buccaneers.
Yes, sir.
Just what the doctor ordered if you are the Blinn Buccaneers. Fumble on the play.
Yes, sir.
Vontae Davis coming up with the play. Once again, reaching in was the big guy, number 4, creating the turnover.
He's going to have to do that more and more for the Blinn Buccaneers.
Well, we got to get started somewhere. Get a man a break.
Hey, no, you're Ohio State commit. There's no way. You don't get a break. You're Ohio State commit. You are the heart and soul of this defense. You get no breaks. I'm sorry.
He just showed some heartbeat.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me point this out. Remember, they just almost scored just now, so that would have been 21-7. They did not score. Now there's a fumble, so there's talking about a swing.
A momentum swing.
There you go. Ball at the 20-yard line of the Blinn Buccaneers, 1st and 10, as Will's going to hand this one off to Reed on the left side, and he's just going to cut the field and picks up positive yards, 7 of those positive yards to be exact, to make it 2nd and 3 for the Bucs.
2nd and 3, a little simple jet sweep to the left side. Following that big aggressive line, creating some things. All you want to do is nickel and dime your way and get some positive. You got to get some points off of this drive, in my opinion.
Empty backfield setup for the Blinn Buccaneers. We saw this in the first half, and they're going to go with that empty setup yet again. Braden Hucks offset to Williams right. Play action fake. Williams throws to the right. That pass is incomplete to Sakori Williams. His 2nd drop in today's game.
I think in this particular instance, he's actually trying to run with the ball prior to catching it.
You have to catch it first.
Catch the ball first.
Yes, sir. You have to catch it first. A lot of times, wide receivers get into the habit of looking downfield before they catch the ball. You have to catch the ball. You can't run it without the ball.
There you go. Think about their next move instead of securing the ball first and foremost.
Make your next move your best move.
So what would have been 1st down is now 3rd and 2 for the Bucs. Ball at the 27-yard line. As he's going to hand this off to Reed up the middle, he's going to be mad at the line of scrimmage, but I believe he got just enough for the 1st down.
Now, Reed that time showed that he was more of a wide receiver on his run than a running back. And the reason I'm saying that, he ran too high.
Correct.
Running straight up and allowed himself to be hit unnecessarily.
Correct.
In the midst of the big boys.
So Grayson Mercy checks in the game for the Blinn Buccaneers here on 1st down. And they're going to give it to Grace to the left side, and he's going to shed a couple defenders. Picks up about 5 yards on the play. And, guys, you mentioned DeAndre Reed and his running techniques. He is a wide receiver. We normally don't see him running in between the guards and the tackles. Absolutely. They're going to fake it to Grace this time.
The pressure's on. Oh, my goodness.
And he's going to be sacked in the backfield. And the ball came out, but they're saying that he was down.
Woo! And again, that was Nick Dawson. Again, I told you guys before, this guy's from McDonough, Georgia, just outside of Atlanta, and he's been bringing the heat the entire game as Williams has been flushed out of the pocket more than once.
Well, he brought the heat on that last play, and the Bucs are going to lose about 11 yards on that sack.
He's 6'4", 255, so you can imagine his wingspan as he approaches.
Well, the good thing is that the Bucs hold on to the ball with an opportunity to try to make something happen.
So ball now at the 19-yard line. It is 3rd and 21. They have to get to the 41-yard line for a 1st down. Williams drops back to pass, steps up in the pocket.
Oh, my goodness, he is great.
Nothing but daylight. He runs to his left side, past 35.
He is a yard short.
Oh, literally a yard short.
Hurdle move over the good run. And it was almost, if you allow me, it was almost like that was a design call with the quarterback draw. Really? You're in your own territory. You don't want to risk another turnover. You just got the turnover. Now this is close enough. You're in your own side of the field. I'm thinking you might kick it, but who am I?
Yeah, they're going to. Dr. Prince, they're going to kick it.
Well, they tried to fake earlier, gentlemen. You recall?
They did try to fake earlier, but they're on the opposite side of the field.
I would not.
Not with the momentum of this Golden Norseman offense. As we do have stoppage in the play, timeout on the field, charge against the Blinn Buccaneers. A huge run by Devin Williams, but it wasn't enough to get the 1st down, so it's 4th and 2. What do you do if you're the Bucs?
Well, first of all, let's not hope that this timeout comes out and bites you this early in the second half.
Good point.
That shows there was some miscommunication going on as far as that. Maybe they want to discuss about going for it. Then you would make the Norsemen think if they show up in a punt formation right now, if I'm the defensive coordinator for the Norsemen, I'm going to play against the fake.
Agreed.
Because I'll have enough real estate here determining on the kick, and if I do get the favorable bounce, but I'm going to play against the fake punt if they show up in a punting
So,
formation.
Dr. Prince, I totally agree because, again, the timeout will be your indicator right there.
Yes, sir. Basically what you're saying is that timeout now gives the Golden Norsemen an opportunity to game plan and look for and prepare if it is a fake.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So the punting units are out onto the field. It is 4th down and 2. Shifting in the formation by the Blinn Buccaneers as they're just going to punt this one
nice
away.
Punt. Nice punt.
Excellent punt. Back to the field at the 5-yard line, and he's going to get past the 10, and he's going to be brought down right at the 10-yard line. Number 7, Kevon McGee on the return for the Golden Norse.
And that was a sidestep punt that traveled, 65 yards?
Excellent
63-yard punt.
Wow.
And once again, that little rugby, not quite a rugby-style kick, because usually a rugby kick is you run full throttle to one direction or the other. This was a 3-step side kick, got an ankle kick.
It traveled.
Yeah,
a lot of leg in that one.
A lot of leg.
A lot of leg in that one. 8:15 remaining here in the third quarter, 14-7 our score in favor of the Golden Norsemen as they will set up shop at the 11-yard line, at their own 11-yard line, moving right to left.
See that drop 89 yards. Because, again, that kick works to the Buccaneer defense favor.
Need a huge stop here by the Blinn Buccaneers defense. As Wise has a man in motion, drop back to pass. He's been pressuring. He's going to air this one long. That pass is
out of bounds.
Out of bounds, incomplete.
All I can tell you is this, ladies and gentlemen. He took another hit, this time by the outside defensive pressure 48 for the Bucs, laying wood onto Wyatt. And one thing the Bucs
Buckley.
Buckley laid some wood on.
So here on second down, Wyatt will attempt to pass again. This time that pass is complete. A gain of about 3 yards on the play.
That is to Gerald Rowe, and again another tall receiver. They have 2'6'3" and a 6'4" tall receiver.
Yeah, no small fries here.
So that's going to bring up 3rd and 5 for the Golden Norsemen. Hand off up the middle of the
field.
Oh, my goodness. He had nothing but daylight past the 40. Past the 40.
Oh, fumble. Recovered by the Bucs.
Oh, my goodness.
Ladies and gentlemen, listen, outstanding run by, was that Thompson?
Yes, sir.
So he's running down the field, nice move, but as he's carrying the ball slapped from his hands and recovered by the Buccaneers.
Once again, that is good hustle in the pursuit. Now, you could have easily given up because it looked like he was about to take that to the house.
Yes, sir.
He had nothing but daylight.
Right.
Nobody in front of him.
Nothing but daylight.
But let me just throw this out because I tell my son this on a regular. Switch the ball to your outside hand.
My dad's telling me the same thing because I played running
the ball to your outside hand.
And I had a hard time doing that. You know, in the game, you just
it was automatic for me.
Your vision is tunnel vision. You have one direction. Sometimes, it don't really click in your head, especially when you don't feel the pressure. I don't think he felt the pressure by the Blinn Buccaneers, especially to fumble the ball in the
Understood, but it was automatic for me, and the reason being, I always knew.
And it should be. You're right.
Yes, sir. I always knew if pressure came, if the ball's hit, it will bounce out of bounds or away from. You want to keep your inside hand where the pursuit is for a stiff arm, to sweep them away from you. And do all those other things. So again, that's Thompson's fault for not protecting the ball.
Well, in the old turn, he went from the White House to the outhouse.
There you go.
Now, Doc, I want to ask you because you're a defensive guy. You played linebacker, as you told me. So,
as I told you,
I know. I ain't seen no highlight tape, no nothing. I tried to Google your name. I couldn't find them. That's neither here nor there. So, as a defensive guy, Mike, are you guys taught in case of big runs like that to go for the ball? Because it seemed like he actually went for the ball on that play.
For the ball, but as a defensive player, you have to have some pride in not giving up points.
Thank you.
Not on my watch. Not giving up big plays. not on my watch. So that was a hustle play
Absolutely.
from the Bucks on the defensive side. And the last thing, put some respect on my name.
That's right. But let me say this about Jillian. Generally, when you see a ball slapped from the runner's hand, is when the runner's held up and the other guys are coming in to strip the ball away. But this was, as the defender's going to make the tackle, he intentionally punches the ball out. And, again, to the Buccaneers' benefit by jumping on that open ball.
And,
so
Thompson didn't have the ball tucked high and tight as they teach you.
Tiki Barber style.
He had it tucked low, and his arm was swinging back and forth. That was a very liable ball on that play.
There you go.
So after the fumble recovery by the Blinn Buccaneers, they will set up shop at the 49-yard line, moving left right as Will's being pressure, and he avoids the pressure, and he's going to step up to the pocket, run to the right side, out of bounds. Gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Hey, that was beautiful just for him to get back to the line of scrimmage. He sidesteps to his left to avoid the pursuit upfield.
Yes, sir.
And looking downfield, what I'm loving about Williams, he's continually looking downfield. And if you don't see anything, he's not trying to force it like we saw first part of the season.
Right, he's doing the check downs. And segue. Speaking of check downs, auto check and auto repair. Cypress, call Steve at 281-440-1188. Auto check.
2nd and 9 for the Blinn Buccaneers. Ball at midfield. Handoff to Reed to the left side. He's going to stretch this one far to the sideline. Gains about 3 yards on the play.
He ran about 30 yards. He got about 3.
Yeah, so that's a negative 27 in the hole, right?
But the old count at home.
That PV may have kicking in fast.
So, guys, jet sweep to number 8, DeAndre Reed, and he has pretty much been the heart and soul doing the dirty work for this offense here in this game.
Yes, sir.
So 3rd and 6 for the Bucks, and they're going to go to play action fake.
Oh, here we go, airing it out.
And that pass is incomplete. No flag.
Stripped up by the defenders, but again.
Well, they're going to call it incidental contact.
Yes, sir.
Because it was, this guy's going after good hustle all the way around. And you wanted to see the connect on that. They went for all the marbles on 3rd down.
And Williams did show some his arm strength. He aired that out.
So the Bucks are not able to capitalize off of the fumble recovery as the punting units are coming out onto the field here on 4th and 6. With 6:14 remaining here in the 3rd quarter, 14-7, our score in favor of the Golden Norsemen.
Right now it's about position play.
Yes, sir. As he's going to punt this one, fair catch call at the 6-yard line.
Yeah, they'll call it at the 6. And the Bucks defense got a chance. What they got to do is stay disciplined, stay in their lanes, and don't get deceived by trying to be the big play. We've been paying attention. The Bucks have constantly had someone in Wyatt's face.
Correct.
All day long. And he's been shaken up, but you got to give him credit. He's a tough warrior back there. In this case, a tough Golden North.
well, Mike, that lets me know that the Blinn Buccaneers have done the game plan on this quarterback, and they say that the only way that we're going to stop him is to put pressure on him. You do not let a guy like Wyatt stand in the pocket and get comfortable in the pocket and throw the ball. Handoff to Thompson. Nice, he's met at the line of scrimmage by the big man,
Jackson Jr. Action Jackson on the
TFL, guys. That's the TFL.
Yes, sir.
Jackson Jr. coming up big on 1st down for this Bucks defense.
And all he did, he just blew his would-be blocker right into the backfield and just took care of 2.
Come on, young man. Show us why you're the Ohio State commit. As we have 2nd and 11 coming up for the Golden Norns. Ball at the 6-yard line. 5:30 remaining here in the 3rd quarter.
Ball.
And
that was a ball loose.
I believe that was a loose ball, but it's still picked up by the Golden Norns.
A little mishandle on the handoff thing.
That's going to move the ball up to the 8-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd and 8. A big 3rd and 8. For the
Buccaneers Buccaneers cannot give up a big play.
Right, what they did on the last play. Even though it was a fumble, but they still gave up a big play nonetheless.
Well, this is where that discipline is going to kick in, guys. You got to stay down and dirty and don't overcommit.
Discipline and
Home crowd coming alive here on third down. Watching the man in motion. He's going to flush out the pocket, rolls to the left side. He's just going to run this one out of bounds.
Great coverage. That was a coverage flush out. He didn't get quite to the line of scrimmage, so that will go down as a sack.
So we have to credit the secondary of the Blinn Buccaneers defense for covering all of their bases downfield. Why had nowhere to throw it because of it. He just had to run out of bounds and pick up what he can get. And because of it, we have 4th and 9 coming up for the Golden Norms.
Action Jackson leading the charge.
Yes, Action Jackson. 4:25 remaining here in the third quarter, 14-7. Our core of you just now joining us in favor of the Golden Norseman, Andre Davis, Mr. Kendall Cobb, and Dr. Mike Prince.
In the house. The doc is in the house.
I don't know if you're just saying doctor like Dr. Dre. I don't know if he's a real doctor. We'll see, though. As he's just going to wave this one away, and it will be.
I actually got the diploma to prove it.
There you go. Yes, sir.
But in all fairness, you all know me well enough. I don't put a whole bunch of prerequisites on the doctor. Mike is fine. I'm just honored and blessed to be in the company of such people as you guys are today.
Well, guys, just a quick score update for the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Prairie View University Panthers still leading the Macomb College, but now by the score of 34-17.
Macomb College.
With 1:19 remaining in the fourth quarter.
Don't sleep on Macomb.
And it is Prairie View's homecoming just as well as your Blinn Buccaneers homecoming today as well.
Yes, sir. That's a rough pill to swallow if you're Coach Simmons and Panthers. I know they're coming off a bye week, and teams like that, you want to be able to send a message often and early.
Yes, sir.
You know, and maybe you still got a lot of football remaining, just as we have a lot of football remaining here. Bucks making a stand, hopefully Panthers make a stand, and I'll be on the record. I've been on the record of saying I would be thoroughly disappointed if the Panthers did not score at least 50 points today.
Yes, sir.
The Bucks are going to set up shop at the 44-yard line, moving left to right. Carlos Grace is in the ball game, guys. And that's
Carlos Grace.
I want to hear a little bit more from Carlos Grace. We haven't really heard from him so far in this game. He's done had a few good runs. I would like to hear from the man who's been your heart and soul of this offense throughout the entire season.
Well, in a game of this magnitude, you're going to be calling on him and hearing from him real soon because it's getting in the
crunch time. Yes, sir. Let me just point this out. This is one of the very few times the Buccaneers have been able to start on going in as far as the second half of the field.
Positive side of the field.
Yes, sir. Positive side of the field.
I'm not sure what happened, guys.
Looks like there was a penalty infraction.
Yes, sir.
Actually, on the kickoff, there was a penalty. I remember there was laundry on the field from the punt, and I guess that's their reward with their position.
Well, they get rewarded with the position. They're going to have the ball at the 33-yard line.
Now, this is a short field. The Bucks got enough offense that you have to get something on this possession.
I would say touchdown, not even a field goal.
Yeah,
I would say
but
touchdown.
You got to get something.
Yes, sir. Yes,
you
sir.
know, I'm still looking for my 3 that I let get away.
Mike is not going to let this 3
go.
I cannot let it go.
Well, I need the Blinn Buccaneers to score on this drive to make the score 14-14. Even if they do, you're still going to let the 3 go. You're still not.
No, I'm not going to let it go until we get the win.
Until you get the W.
And here's another key thing. If the Bucks score on this drive, watch and listen to the momentum of this crowd.
Yes, sir.
The crowd is pretty quiet. This is homecoming.
Yeah, it's a pretty quiet crowd, but this crowd is also known for getting into ball games, kind of similar to the Roseville crowd, as I love to mention.
Yes, sir.
At the top.
Yes, sir. You do a wonderful job doing the Roseville broadcast, and you're exactly right, sir.
You too, sir.
Oh, here we go. Look at this. Past the 15. He's still going. He's still on his feet inside the 10-yard line. Wow. Grace and company. Wow.
That's a man-child.
Did you call it?
That's a man-child.
What did I say? I said I would love to hear a little bit more from Carlos Grace. You haven't really heard from him. He's the heart and soul of this offense. Here we go, just in there on first down.
I'm not going to give you all the credit, youngster. I told you it was coming.
Okay.
Oh, look at this. Look at this.
Carlos Grace. Look at this. Keeping himself past the 5. Keeps his feet moving. He's going to be brought down just shy of the goal line, about the 3-yard line.
That was more like a snatch down.
Yeah. Oh, it's personal.
Yeah, that was more like a snatch down.
And they're getting chippy on there.
Yeah. Well, this once again.
Oh, he's limping.
Number 1 against number 2. Yeah, he's hobbling real bad.
But Devin Williams, he's an athlete. Again, number 10, Davion
he's limping
Yeah,
pretty badly.
See that.
The snatch down, something
I'll
went
try to
on.
monitor and see what goes on. You guys go ahead with the rest.
Well, Mr. Kyle, that's one thing I mentioned. I believe it's in the card at one particular time. When they start running, not going down, he could have went down, but he kept his feet moving, kept trying to get positive yards. You give an opportunity for the defense to get a cheap shot in on you.
It looks like that's what happened, and of course he's injured.
Hand off call, race up the middle, and he keeps his feet moving, lowers his shoulder for a Blinn Buccaneers touchdown.
Nice. They made good on the great field position. They drove the 33 yards. They need to drive. Hope they did not lose Devin Williams in the process of trying to get those 6 points.
Well, it started off with a 30-yard run by Carlos Graves to put them inside the 10-yard line, and he capped it off with a 3-yard touchdown to make the score 14-14 after the PAT.
Yes, sir. You'll be amazed at what offensive touchdown could do for your adrenaline. I'm watching Williams over here on the sideline. He's running up and down, high-fiving and low-fiving his Buccaneer partner.
If we do have a form on the plate, or it's blocked PAT. Blocked PAT, and it's recovered by the Golden North. He's just going to run out of bounds at the 30-yard line.
We can't count our chickens.
So now 4 points.
3 points. 3 points.
Ask me about my 3.
3 points.
You ask me about my 3. If I get my 3, I'm up by 2.
Doc, you called it. Those 3 points can come back and bite, and hopefully that won't be the case here.
We got a lot of football left, but I want my 3.
We're down 4.
Yes, sir.
Down 4. So with that block kick.
So you owe me 1.
The score is now 14-13, still in favor of the Golden North. But after the touchdown, Mike, you did say that this crowd would get into it. The crowd at the sideline got into it after that score by Carlos.
Got into it, but had the sails slightly snipped on that block PAT. Everything adds up, especially in a game of football. You'll be amazed that with these guys, it's almost like a tunnel vision, guys.
Mm-hmm.
You hear, but you don't hear.
Correct.
You hear, but you don't hear. And when you can hear and feel the energy of the home crowd roaring in support of you, it amps you up just a
yes, sir.
Agree. It's energy. It's energy.
Yes,
I totally agree. I mean, I know from playing, and I know just from being a spectator, you're exactly right. You become one with the crowd. You feel their momentum. You feel their support.
Oneness.
You become one together.
Yes. Oh, woosah.
Woosah.
No, man, y'all got me playing up
As teams, as the Bucks are just about ready to kick this one off, you're just now 14-13. Our score in favor of the Golden Norsemen. 2:49 remaining here in the third quarter. Guys, who has the momentum so far in this ball game?
I'm going to have to say that Glenn had snatched it, but I believe with that block punt, the Norsemen have maintained it just for now.
Agreed. I mean, the score was great, but a block PAT that still helps you maintain the lead it hurts you tremendously, because remember, you're trying to tie the game, at least tie the game to make it 0-0 again, and you're still down by 1. And like the good doc says all the time, those 3 points, or he's been saying this entire game, those 3 points could come back and bite. Now, we hope that we're not trying to speak that to existence. However, look back, that was a makeable field goal. Should have been
24-yard field.
Exactly. Brady Ward from Rose Hill would have made that field goal.
Yes,
he would.
Uh-oh.
That boy has a leg.
And he's just a freshman.
Oh, my.
He does have a leg.
High school player. He's 13 years old, sir.
Wow.
So after the kick out of bounds, the Golden Norsemen will set up shop at the 25-yard line, moving right to left. Wyatt hands off to Thompson up the middle. Gets past the first wave of defenders and then some. Picks up 12 yards on the play and enough for a first down.
Yeah, that was a tough run.
I'm going to say, Thompson's only 5'9", 195.
He lowered his head, man, and went straight ahead.
And he's pulling defenders with him.
Yes, sir.
He lowered his everything on that one.
Low center of gravity.
Ball at the 37-yard line. Play action fake.
Oh.
Steps up in the pocket, rolls to his right. He's going to steal. That's complete. But we do have a flag on the play. This one is coming back. Holding.
They have flushed Wyatt out of the pocket. Once again, A.J. And Cooper, Jalen, they're amping things up on
yes, sir, because that catch by Marquand Green over the shoulder was beautiful. However, if that yellow larger on the field, it's coming back.
Yes, sir, and that was not a terrible foul.
But I tell you, I like that. For you Pittsburgh fans.
Yeah. You putting that cowboy Reddick on my stuff. No,
that's Mr. Cobb. That was all Mr. Cabo now. I just elaborated. I brought it up. I did bring up the Cowboy. Yeah, tell him, Mr. Cobb. That was me. I say Michael Irvin. Bring up Michael Irvin.
Hey, there y'all go again.
You said Des Bryant. Michael Irvin. All the 88s, right.
Okay, carry on, fellas. Carry on.
So first and 20 for the Golden Norseman. Another play action fake. This time Wyatt keeping himself running to the right side, out of bounds.
Maybe he got back to the line of scrimmage.
Maybe he got back to the line of scrimmage. I'll give him mercy and say he got about a yard.
Well, once again, I'm seeing Jalen Cooper amp his game up. I mean, he's forced the person came in the leading tackle with 54 tackles, total tackles. He and
I saw Kirsten Williams there, 90 Kirsten Williams, freshman out of Klein Forest.
So Wyatt's going to attempt another pass. This time it is caught for a nice gain. And he's going to have enough for the first down.
That looks like that was 81, Antoine Woods.
Huge game and momentum booster for the Golden Norsemen there on second down.
Yeah, Jenks, Oklahoma, 6'3". Again, tall receiver, can go up and get it, and he got a lot of yak afterwards.
A lot of yak.
Right at midfield, man.
Right at midfield, first and 10. Wyatt attempts another pass. The air long this time, incomplete.
Yeah,
Wyatt was not even looking up for it.
By Cooper. Cooper gave him a shot.
Man, Cooper is on a mission today, man.
Now, Mike, you predicted this before the game started. You mentioned Jalen Cooper and Antoine Jackson.
Yes, sir.
How big they was going to have to come up. It appears that Jalen Cooper's been answering that call as you predicted before the game started.
Well, they have to, and they've not done yet because there's plenty of football left. And why to show that he is not going to be easily deterred.
Well, it appears that Jalen Cooper is kind of shaking up a little bit. They got him on the sideline with his helmet off. We'll see. We'll try to get an update.
They're just giving him a breather, that's all.
Oh, yeah, all right. Oh, you in spokesman?
Put some dirt on it.
Put some dirt on it.
I can't find any dirt in there.
Dr. Prince, the advocate for Jalen Cooper, and they're going to hand off to Thompson up the middle, picking up 5 yards on the play. Dr. Prince is an advocate for Jalen Cooper. Oh, he's fine. You got that father in the stands, when your son gets hurt.
Right.
The whole father on him. Exactly. Ain't nothing wrong with him. He's fine. Hey, but Daddy, I'm actually hurt.
There's a bone sticking out, Daddy.
You got it exactly. Oh, he kept
another pass to the right side, keeps his feet moving. He pitches up enough for the first down.
That was Marquand Green. He was actually, his legs were blown out from underneath him, but he kept nothing touched the ground.
Nothing touched the ground. He used the defender as some balancing.
Yes, sir.
Can get more yards.
That's where squatting comes from, having those strong legs beneath you. First and 10 for the Golden Norseman at the 35-yard line. Hand off to Thompson to the right side, shed a few defenders, has a few blockers, picking up 8 yards just before going out of bounds.
Man, what should have been a tackle for loss was determination by the runner to get a pass of a couple of would-be tacklers to get a positive gain.
Yeah, running just out of their grasp.
So second and a manageable 3 for the Golden Norseman. Ball at the 27-yard line of the
Buccaneers need to stop.
Another handoff to Thompson to the right side, and he's just going to run this one out of bounds, but gets enough for another first down.
Yeah, right now what the Norsemen are doing, they're responding to the score, which would have been a tie. And they're going down and trying to reestablish the momentum, which I said they still slightly add.
Yeah, I agree. And again, that block PAT started, but like you said, they're tacking on pretty much what was started with that block field goal, and they look like they're on the verge of scoring again, and that's, again, a tremendous blow to the Buccaneers.
Well, speaking of momentum, there's a timeout on the field charge against the Blinn Buccaneers to try to stop this momentum of the Golden Norsemen. As we have 43 seconds remaining in the third quarter, 14-13 is our score in favor of the Golden Norse.
Well, that's the second timeout for the Bucs.
Agree, and it's not even fourth quarter yet.
Right.
I agree, and you did mention it, Doc, earlier about the early. It thought it was a little early for that first time out, and again, that was just for a punt. They were whether or not they were going to punt or not. But nonetheless, here's the time to take time out to touch on our sponsors. So Auto Check and Auto Repair at 1539 Cypress Spring Drive in Spring, Texas. You can call Steve at 281-440-1188. Steve will pick up your vehicle, leave you with a 2016 Toyota while he just diagnoses your problem, auto check and auto repair. Also, Temple of Refuge Ministry.
Hey, I heard
the good doctor himself delivers the word on Sunday morning at 9 a.m.
Does he deliver a word?
He delivers the word, sir.
I try, at least.
He breaks it down. And Temple of Refuge Ministries is located at 45372 Old Highway 290 in beautiful Prairie View, Texas. Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. Temple of Refuge Ministries.
Early Sunday mornings.
Yes, there you go.
Easy like Sunday morning.
As White passes back in the end zone, that pass is incomplete. That's going to bring up second down for the Golden Norms.
Broken up by the quarterback, defensive back, Nate Betts. I mean, the ball is right there in the receiver's hand. Nate Betts pokes his hand up in there and breaks up that pass.
And you're right, Dr. Prince. Jalen Cooper is out onto the field.
Hey, I told you, all right.
Rub some dirt.
You just rubbed a little dirt on it. Hand off to Cortez, and he has nothing but daylight. Ooh. And he's going to lower his shoulder and score.
Wow. That was a vicious run.
And it was a violent run.
Yeah.
He ran with a chip on his shoulder.
There you go. A couple of chips.
Wow. Let's hope that this is not the degree of separation at this point of the game for the Bucs.
That was a 3-yard touchdown run by Cortez Watson.
They're going to need to answer that score.
Absolutely.
As the kick is up, and it is good. So that will make the score 21-13 in favor of the Golden Norms. And as Dr. Mike Prince mentioned, let's just hope that last run by Cortez did not suck the life out of the Blinn Buccaneers.
And here's why I say that with the purpose on that run. When I say the purpose, on the way he lowered his head, the way he ran with authority, and the responsiveness or lack thereof defense on that particular series or drive makes you wonder, are they getting winded?
I don't know, because there was a lot of high tackles. I mean, he did run through some defenders' arm tackles, and I didn't see anyone going low on him.
Right.
Like, he's a shorter back as well.
He's already 5'9".
Thank you.
You have to get a lower center of gravity when you want to tackle guys. He's already showed some strong leg strength going through tackles. So I'm looking at things from a different perspective, guys.
Absolutely.
You're a big picture guy.
So in terms of the tackling, I really want to add, so how important is it to get back to the fundamentals oftentimes we see at this level of the game, and even at the professional level, we kind of forget about the fundamentals in terms of the way that you tackle. We still see, unfortunately, arm tackles even at this stage of the game.
No matter what level you're on, it always comes back to fundamentals.
Correct.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Correct.
People want to do the big things when they don't have the fundamentals down, and that's why guys don't succeed.
Agreed.
He's going to field this one at the 6-yard line, getting past the 10. He has nothing but daylight past the 30, past the 40, 45, and he's brought down at midfield, number 34, Phillip Jones for the Blinn Buccaneers. About a 50-yard return on that last play.
Nacogdoches finest.
Just what the doctor ordered.
Absolutely.
Now,
is that Dr. Mike?
Well, I don't know about Dr. Mike, but Dr. Blinn, just what they needed to get the momentum back.
Correct.
Right now, the Norsemen have taken control of the game. Let's be honest. But right now, you got an opportunity. Now, if I score here, I got to get a 2-point conversion.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I would go for the 2, but let's get the score in first and foremost.
That's right. First things first.
So the Blinn Buccaneers are going to set up shop just at midfield.
Notice, gentlemen, that Williams is not out there.
Yes, number 10, Davion Boyd, is that quarterback for the Blinn Buccaneers.
Now, if I'm the Norseman, with the backup quarterback being in, I'm going to key in on the run. That's just me.
Agreed.
That's just me. But remember, Williams had a slight injury earlier. Let's hope that he is okay. He was running around after that last touchdown.
I kind of thought it was maybe been a hyperextended knee or something.
He was snatched down. He
was snatched down.
First and 10 for the Bucs. Ball at the 49-yard line with 24 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Swing receiver set up. Grace offset to Boyd's left. And Boyd just going to go with the quarterback draw up the middle, gaining maybe a yard. We'll give him 2 yards on the play.
I'll tell you what, guys, that big line of Clayton Woods, Garrison Tuos, William Gilchrist, Bo Morris, and Jamarcus Bolden better grind it out.
So 8 seconds remaining on the third quarter. It appears that number 6, Devin Williams, were checking into the game, but we do have an injured Buck on the field. I believe that's number 77, Jamaris Bolden.
And Davion Boyd is limping off the field himself, the quarterback.
Well, we have not called the big guy up front, but they've been having a solid game up front for the Bucks. They're taking a knee right now. While they're taking a knee, we don't want to speculate too much. They give us some scoring update while they try to sort out what's going on here.
In the Southwestern Athletic Conference, Alabama State on top of Alabama A&M by a score of 13-9 with 6:10 remaining in the third quarter. Southern destroying Arkansas Pine Bluff by a score of 34-7, 4:22 remaining in the second quarter. And your Prairie University Panthers victorious against Bacone College on their homecoming by a score of 34-17. Jackson State victorious against Mississippi Valley State by a score of 24-5. And Grambling having no problem getting past Texas Southern by a score of 50-24. As Williams going to scramble out of the pocket and throws this one out of bounds on second down.
Yeah, Williams came back in the game after, again, Boyd limps off the field, tries a pass unsuccessfully. There's a flag down.
Looks like that might be against the Bucks and holding. Not a lot of laundry against the Bucks on today.
You're correct, guys.
And that's a great thing. That's a great thing to observe. The penalties can definitely kill you in a ball game. So that's a great observation, Dr. Mike Prince.
So you're saying that the Panthers were victorious today?
By the score of 34-17. Yes, sir.
Go figure.
And I believe that last play is going to take us to the end of the third quarter, guys. 21-13, our score. The Bucks are going to have the ball at the 42-yard line at the start of this fourth quarter. Your assessment thus far?
Well, right now, momentum is slowly creeping back into the hands of the Bucks. They got to make sure. We want to make sure that Williams is okay. The defensive unit led by Cooper and Jackson have stepped up tremendously. But now you got to offset that by getting this game tied back up. If we get this game tied back up, it's going to bring out a whole new dimension from Buck Nation, I believe.
Agreed.
Hand off to Carlos Grace on second down. He's going to lose about a couple of yards on the play. That last penalty backed up the Buccaneers about 10 yards. And I believe they put 4 seconds back on the clock.
Yeah,
so after that play is going to lead us
to the fourth quarter. I was like, that was awful quick.
Thought that was the end of the game.
I was like, wait a minute, did we miss a quarter? It ain't so, Joe.
So nonetheless, they put 4 seconds back on the clock. So that last run by Carlos Grace will take us to the end of the third quarter, leading to the fourth quarter. Your assessment now thus far?
I don't know, guys. You know, we talked about the back and forth, but again, it seems as though the Golden Norsemen still have that momentum the doctor spoke of. And again, it's something that the Buccaneers need to recapture, not just because they're playing at home and it is back to homecoming. They're playing for this first place.
Yes, sir. They're playing for the top dog of the conference. And with that being said, this game has been everything that at least I've anticipated when we were looking at the matchups for this. Northeastern Oklahoma, not afraid to any stretch of the imagination, coming in ranked number 14th in the nation. They're coming in with a chip on their shoulder. We're playing against the number 14 on homecoming. How dare them insult us and challenge us and schedule us for their homecoming game. And they are now standing, with a comfortable lead going into the fourth quarter, but the Bucks are knocking at the door. And I cannot re-emphasize on the importance and the health of Williams, who is averaging 276 yards a game. He's thrown for 10 touchdowns. How important his health is for the rest of this game and season.
Important for his health, Carlos Grace's health, this entire offense, Antoine Jackson Jr.'s health. Everybody's healthy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All the key components.
So 3rd and 19 for the Bucks as teams have split sides, ball at the 40-yard line.
Williams is in.
Right to left. Yes, sir. Devin Williams is in the game as he dropped back to pass, and he's going to check down to the receiver, and he's met immediately at the 40-yard line, gaining no yards on the play.
Excellent read. They did a go route on the far side, tried to come back with a screen, and that's good film study by the Golden Norsemen on the defensive side. They were there to snuff that out, and the Bucks are going to be forced to punt this one.
Yes, sir. They will be forced to punt this one. A quick score update in the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference. Hampton on top of Bethune-Cookman by a score of 21-17. 8:35 remaining in the fourth quarter of that game. Florida A&M having no problems getting past Morgan State by a score of 34-28. And Howard defeating South Carolina State by a score of 28-20.
Who's Howard's quarterback?
By the name of Cam Newton. Calvin Newton is the quarterback.
There we go.
The little brother of Cam Newton who played ball here at Blinn.
There we go. I knew there was something about Howard. There it is, Cam's little brother.
So, guys, that punt's going to go out of bounds, and the Golden Norsemen will set up shop at the 33-yard line, moving left to right. Huge plays need to come up for this Blinn Buccaneers defense on this drive.
And there's not desperation time, but there's not. I mean, I would go for the strip. I would go for the stop. But, again, it's not desperation just yet, but they definitely need to keep the Golden Norsemen off the board.
Realistically, we might have 3 more possessions if Jerry Bucks.
Because it's interesting you mentioned the strip, Mr. Collins. So the Golden Norsemen have had 2 turnovers, 5 fumbles in this game.
Yes, sir. So it's possible to get a third.
Wide hands off to Thompson, has a few blockers, keeps his feet moving.
Wow.
Picking up about 9 yards, but would have been a gain of a 5, kept his feet moving to pick up about 4 extra yards on that play.
And his knees were probably 6 inches off the ground as he'll continue to drive.
Yes, sir. Strong young man.
These running backs, Thompson, Cortez, they're not big, but they play big, as I love to say.
Yes, sir. Oh!
Another hand off to Thompson, sheds a defender in the backfield, and he sheds another defender.
Oh, no. Look at this.
Past the 40. And he's going to be brought down after a huge gain and enough for a first down.
His legs are steadily moving, and he was almost caught in the backfield by Jackson.
Yes, sir. He did what I call the shimmy move. He shook his shoulder pads but kept his legs turning, eluding defenders. And when you got a little shifty back like that, guys get fascinated at looking at their shoulders.
Thank you. Good point,
rather
Doc.
than to look at their waist.
You look at their belt buckle. You watch their belt. You watch those hips. You don't. What they do, the head fakes and the shoulder fakes and the ball. You focus exclusively on that belt buckle and zone in on there.
Well, that just goes back to the discipline and the fundamentals, as I mentioned before, guys.
Yes,
when we get out there in the trenches, you've been taught to do the things correctly that you just mentioned in terms of, watching the hips and everything like that and how to tackle. Just like when you're in there, you try to do whatever you got to do just to bring the runner down. Because
you get in where you fit in, huh?
Yes, sir. So another handoff up the middle. This time it's going to be Williams. Picks up about 7 yards on the play.
Again, these misdirection plays. I mean, they have the Bucks on their heels the entire game.
Well, something that we did not touch on that's happening right now, this is a mental wear down.
Correct. Good point, Doc.
This is a mental wear down because all the thinking and the confusion of the misdirection is overwhelming.
And speaking of the misdirection, this time Wyatt is going to keep it himself and runs out of bounds and picks up the first down before the Golden Norsemen, who do have a flag on the play. It was by the back judge, so most likely will be holding against the Golden Norsemen.
Well, let's hope.
No, I was wrong. It's going to be a personal foul face mask charge against the Blinn Buccaneers.
Not good.
That's going to add. Yeah, that's going to add 15 more. And you're getting to the point now, and you hate to be so cliche, but the Bucks cannot really afford to give up another touchdown.
Like you talked about sucking the life out of this team. If it didn't happen before, it just may have happened, and the crowd, because they're quiet, it just may have happened with that last penalty to put them at the 11-yard line of the Bucks.
Well, sir, you said it best, Mr. Davis. This crowd is church mouse quiet. And that's not a good thing, especially for homecoming.
So play action fake, and they're going to throw this one to the left side, and he's going to shed a few defenders, keeps his leg over and stays in bounds for a Golden Norseman touchdown. Wow. I have no idea how he was able to stay in bounds on that far sideline. You got the binoculars out, my friends. Maybe you can tell us how he was able to stay in bounds on that play.
Just pure determination and allowing his blockers to lead, not overrunning. Sometimes you got a guy that know they're fast, know they're athletic, and they'll leave their blocking. But he had a convoy of blockers, and he allowed them to let the blocks develop, and he slid right between the creases.
Wow. So that touchdown was not what the doctor ordered. You are the Blinn Buccaneers as the kick is up, and it is good. That last score is going to make it 28-13 in favor of the Golden Norsemen with 12:38 remaining.
Some crowd members are starting to leave. That's not a good sign. Listen, I haven't given up, so let's hope the crowd stays behind these Buccaneers. Again, there's still plenty of time in the fourth quarter. Definitely going to need to make some plays now. I mean, this is come to do or die play time.
Well, I may mention you're going to have probably 3 more possessions throughout the course of this game. Each one is going to count. You're only down 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns.
Scores.
You got 12:38 remaining.
Right, 12:38 remaining. Like I said, this is going to be possession 1 of the 3 that I said you have remaining. Theoretically, but Bucks have been moving the ball, but not when they need to move the ball. They need to put some things collectively together to allow a good series and give your defense a little time to catch their breath, too.
Correct, because they've been playing this entire time, and as they've had to endure long drives by the Golden Norsemen.
And, Mr. Kyle, I just want to quickly touch on the point when you talked about the crowd in terms of them lead and everything like that. I know normally people may think that as a player, if you see that, they kind of makes you lose a lot of confidence and everything like that because, as Mike mentioned before, the crowd and the team, they're one together. But at the same time,
you're 12th man.
Yes, sir. But at the same time, as a player, you cannot let that get to you. You still have to focus on the game, the task at hand. Even though looking up, on one hand, you may think about it, oh, man, the crowd's leaving the game pretty much over. You can't think about that. You have to focus on the game at hand.
There's an old saying, you can't have rabbit ears. And what that simply means, you can't be so sensitive to what the people are saying in the stands.
Yes, sir.
That you lose your focus on what you need to be doing on the field. So whether they come or go, I still got to play my game. I still got to do my part to help my team win. Yes, so hopefully these guys are focused enough where they can start on this series to get back into this game and recapture the moment.
One of these 3 series you spoke of, and why not start on the first series and go down for a score?
Yes, sir.
As this kick is going to sail in the back of the end zone, Buccaneers will set up shop at the 25-yard line, moving right to left with 12:38 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Down about a 2-possession game. It's 28-13. Did not.
Only 15 down.
Exactly.
Only 15 down. And it's a touchdown, a 2-point. I got to score. If I score a touchdown first, I got to get a 2-point whichever way I go. Got it.
Yeah, I see how you score. I mean, what's going on at the time. I mean, you got to get the 2-point, either first or second score.
No,
but
I'm going with the first.
Gotcha.
Carlos Grace and Devin Williams are in the game for this possession.
Here's Grace. Here we go.
30 past the 40. And he's going to use some acceleration past the 50, past the 40.
He ran 20 yards.
20-yard run by Grace and Mercy himself for a huge game for the Blinn Buccaneers.
20 after contact, I'm speaking of.
Yeah.
After contact.
And with that run, that's the message you got here, guys. We got a lot of ball left, but we got to go now. We got to make them count.
Hey, guys, we do have a flag.
I think it's a personal.
Give me 15 back from the Golden Norsemen.
Should be a personal foul charge against the Golden Norsemen.
I would agree.
He was down. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. There we go.
Unsportsmanlike conduct charged against the Golden Norsemen. Tack on more extra yards.
Give me the 15. And so right now, let's not get cute. Let's not get fancy. Let's
dance with the person who brought you there.
Let's dance with the one that got me here. Give it back to Grace. He ain't had enough touches.
No, sir. No, sir. He has not. Ball is placed at the 24-yard line of the Golden Norsemen. First and 10 with 12:26 remaining here in the fourth quarter. As the Bucks are going to go with Tripp to the right, Grace offset to Williams' right. Williams going to hand out to Grace up the middle again. This time he's met at the line of scrimmage. just got back to the line. No gain on the play.
That was a good tackle by Lamontre Hubal. I mean, that was an open field tackle against a great back like Carlos Gracie. He didn't take him down single-handedly.
Yeah, he got a yard out of it, but that was probably the toughest yard he had to earn all day.
Yes, sir.
So now we have 2nd and 10 for the Bucks. Ball at the 23-yard line, moving right to left. Williamson's reading in motion. They're going to go with the jet sweep to the right side. He's going to cut up the middle. Gains positive yards. Picks up about 5 yards to be exact. Kept his feet moving. Yes, sir. To make this now 3rd and a manageable 4
yeah, looks
for
like
the Bucks.
Yeah, it looks like 3 or 4, depending on who you're rooting for. If you're rooting for Northeastern Oklahoma, you're going to say 4. If you're for the Bucks, you're going to say 3.
Long 3.
I'll take 3, please.
Would you call this a 4-down territory?
Oh, no doubt.
Absolutely.
No doubt.
Absolutely. At this point, you're down 2 touchdowns here in the 4th quarter. Definitely a 4-down territory. Hand off to
Grace. Here we go. Here's the first down and then some.
Lowers his shoulder, gets more than enough for the first down.
Now, that was an explosive run by Grace. He ran what they call the A-gap, that's in between the guards and the center. And he took that run and dimed onto his right, hit that lane, and get some tough inside yards.
Broke a grasp of one of the players that had him. So here we go, the pass.
Wide open. Wide open play action.
For a Buccaneers touchdown.
Wide open play action. That was set up
by the run.
And that's what the play action is designed for, especially if the run is working out successfully.
Keep him out there.
Mr. Davis did on that drive.
Mr. Davis, that is what the good Dr. Prince ordered.
Yes, sir.
They're going for the kick, sir. They're going to go for this point.
It doesn't seem like Dr. Prince.
Wow. I'm surprised. I thought they'd go for this point.
Dr. Prince agrees with this call.
I don't either. I mean,
we got a flag on the play.
Go for it now and see if you get it. Then you'll know what you need to do for later. Right? If you score again, you're going to know it's so obvious.
And this is interesting to say that you actually don't agree with this. Huh. But we got a false start. That's going to back him up 5 more yards.
You got to kick it now.
You really got to kick it now. But even though, I'm surprised to see you didn't actually agree with that call.
Well, I'll tell you what. They did get the 6. Hopefully they'll tack on 1 more point. And then they'll know what to get from there.
And the kick is up. And it is good. So now makes the score 28-20. Still in favor of the Golden Storm. The Blinn Buccaneers were able to score fairly quickly, only shaving about 2 minutes off the game clock. We have 10 feet remaining here in the 4th quarter, and they find themselves down by 8 points.
Down by 8 points, plenty of football left.
Yes, sir.
Now that we've established that we can run, because remember, Grace was the number 8 running back in the nation.
Yes, sir.
Averaging 115 yards a game. Okay, you have the defense who's been well rested.
Yes, they did get a break. This
was a long, not long, but a consuming break. They got the win. Now, if you're Northeastern Oklahoma, you're going to try to reestablish the momentum with what? The run. You got a back that's averaging 131 yards a game, and you've been doing misdirection. So the discipline, if ever needed, is going to be needed now from those Bucks on the defensive side.
Well, Mike, you mentioned momentum, and I say this all the time, that the game of football is momentum changing throughout the entire ball game. After that huge performance by the offense of the Blinn Buccaneers, the defense will now look at that and come out with some explosiveness. And I believe you can possibly attest to this as a former defensive player yourself. When your offense goes out there with the momentum and scores fairly quickly, it's now all on you to make a stop against the opposing team.
I know you don't know this reference I'm about to use, but in the infamous words of Muddy Waters, I got my mojo working.
You're right. I had no idea. But I get you.
Muddy who?
What? Maybe you've heard of the movie Cadillac Records.
Yes. There you go. Exactly.
Yes, sir, I have.
That's Muddy Waters.
And I believe
they recovered it.
Be recovered by the Blinn Buccaneers.
How about that? I think it did.
Yeah,
I think it did.
If it went 10 yards, then it will be recovered.
Wow. Got my
Joe working. You just said that, sir.
So, excellent call by Coach Mahon to go with the onside kick.
Gambler. We're going to have to call him the gambler.
The gambler.
He's a risk taker. I told you guys that he is a risk taker, and we saw it there.
Hold him.
Know when to fold him. Know when to walk away. And onside now.
Hey, guys, hold on, guys. I don't think it went 10 yards.
Yeah, it did.
Let's see.
Special teams are still on the field. They're back out on the field.
Oh,
I don't believe this one went 10 yards.
Oh, wait.
They're discussing it.
And
they're still discussing. Is clearly recovered by the Bucks.
Correct.
But the question is, how far did it go?
Oh, wow.
Or was it even touched?
Oh, no.
They said it was touched.
But if it goes 10 yards,
Well,
they don't.
regardless if it goes 10
If it goes
yards
10
or not.
yards, they don't have to touch it before the Bucks, even if it goes 10
Correct.
yards.
Right.
Correct.
But what I'm saying, I'm thinking that ball was touched slightly. I think that's
Before
what they said.
10 yards.
Before the 10 yards. So if it was before the 10 yards, that negates it having to go 10 yards.
Mm.
Wow, this could be a very big turnaround.
Well, I don't know if the Golden Norseman touched it, though, at that point. I'm not sure. And they're putting the ball on the 33-yard line, which means there might just be a penalty after the kick or something.
Well, nonetheless,
I know
I
they're
believe
set
the
up.
Bucks are going to have to kick this one again.
Well, not from the 33, though. You know, they're set the ball on the 33-yard line. That ball would not be set on the 33-yard line. That might just be a penalty after that play or something.
Well, the key is who's going to have the possession.
Right, that's what we're really talking
that's
about.
what they're trying to sort out right now.
I think we're kind of hooked on the fact that the Golden Norsemen are set up for kick return.
Kick return again.
But forget what they're set up for. We're worried about what umpires are. Exactly.
The
There you go, Doc.
We're focusing on.
There you go. And that's on the 33-yard line.
Man, they're still in the
And if it is on 33-yard line, they're going to get the ball. That's not a good sign for the
and
Bucks.
I know they're not ordering dinner right now. They're sitting up here.
They're trying to figure out what they eat tonight, Mike.
No, well, I say tomato, you say tomato.
You want Chinese? I'm thinking Italian.
I'm thinking Mobius. No, I want some Bushes.
Bushes chicken. Best in Brenham.
They look like they're sorting this out right now. Now they're going to.
I believe
they're going to the sideline now in Northeastern Oklahoma to explain to the head coach what's going on.
And the defense is coming out. I'm trying to tell you guys. But in fact, I'm trying to tell you there's a penalty after that play because why else would you have the ball on the 33-yard line? That doesn't even make sense.
So the Bucks are going to have possession.
Yes.
No.
The defense
It's
is
going to
coming out.
It's not going to be a Golden North. They're going to have possession because, as you said, Mike, I believe it was touched by the Bucks before it went 10 yards.
But why the 33, gentlemen?
Well, maybe there was an infraction. We don't have the luxuries of microphones, so it doesn't explain the referees in this case of what the issue is. So we're somewhat speculating right now. However, it's summing up to look like it's going to be the Golden Norseman's ball.
Well, it's Strip City time.
Yeah, at the 33-yard line of the Bucks.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
10:45 remaining here.
They better go for the ball and only the ball.
Wyatt to the man in motion, hands off to Thompson up the middle. Met immediately keeps his feet moving, picking up about 3 yards on the play.
Wow.
Interesting turn of events.
Wow.
In the past minute.
Once again, there's still a lot of ball left, but do you give the momentum back? If you get it, of course, it's a wonderful play, but, it's one of those deals. We got to see how it unfolds.
So 2nd and 7 for the Golden Norsemen. Leading by a score of 28-20 here with 10 minutes exactly.
There's all that blitz coming. Oh, he's going to keep it and throws it.
And that pass is complete. He's going to gain about 3 yards on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 2 for the Golden Norsemen.
Well, once again, that was a design read option play.
Yes, read option pass.
Wyatt. So what happens is he fakes the handoff and he's going to keep it. The big tight end sitting over there in isolation. Just waiting.
So now 3rd and 4 for the Golden Norsemen. Ball now at the 27-yard line.
I think the Bucks will bring the house again, gentlemen.
They're going to have to bring the house here on 3rd down.
Come on, 40-4.
Here's a pass.
Takes
a shot. Oh, no.
Wide open. Touchdown, Golden Norsemen.
Wow. Wide open.
Well, what happened? The Bucs sent the all-out blitz, and Wyatt, being calm in the pocket under pressure, knew that he was going to have a little time. He just had to make sure he had the right throw, and he just led his receiver for the easy.
I'm not sure why he said right. You
got a full-out blitz. You got a full-out blitz.
But even if you're a man, that means you have to be in man coverage. So why would that cornerback? What move?
I don't know if it was a coverage breakdown.
Right. What move did Wells put on that cornerback? He was at least 15 yards.
That was that mental wear down.
Gotcha.
All that misdirection, the guy's been running inside, tough and hard all game long. And so now you got to question the early onside attempt. You got to question it. It's part of it. Not that we're powerful.
Does that go hand in hand with the 3-point, like the missed 3-point field goal?
Well, right now that puts me 17 points down. We had a 10-point swing.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then if you want to get technical, I could have got my 2, but I won't even call on that one right now. But right now, once again, we still got some time, but you kind of negate that last drive by giving up a short field.
Agreed.
Yeah, I honestly wasn't too sure about the early onside kick called by the Blinn Buccaneers, even though it appears that it was going to work out in their favor, but that wasn't the case. Unfortunately, but I don't think I would have went with the onside kick this early.
Well, those are one of those questions that we can ask Coach Mahan on the Coach Ryan Mahan Show that can be heard exclusively here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network, featured to you on Wednesday mornings at Monday mornings at 9 a.m. at obn-radio.com.
Well, the Blinn Buccaneers scored fairly easily on their last drive, only shaving 2 minutes off of the game clock. And they're going to have to do the exact same thing here on this next drive as that kick sails out of bounds. They will set up shop at the 25-yard line, guys. An interesting turn of events just within the last 2 minutes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. An interesting turn of events for sure. Intriguing now as we're getting deeper into this game. And one of the things that I can only imagine, knowing Coach Mahan as I have got to know him over this season, that maybe he wants to give his defense a little bit more rest.
Oh, gotcha.
While he would go for that onside kick.
Gotcha.
So ball at the 25-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Bucs. Trips to the right, Grace offset to Williams' right. Williams takes the snap, hands off to Carlos Grace.
Counter step and look at him.
Past 30. And he's brought down at the 31-yard line, gain of about 6 yards on the play.
Yes, sir. 6-yard gain. Now Grace is running with purpose and passion right now here in the second half. The last 3 touches he's had, they've been design runs for inside, but with his agility.
Play action. Oh, in and out of the hand.
In and out of the hand.
Sakori Smith.
Sakori Smith. That is the 3rd drop pass by Sakori Smith in this ball game.
He's had a hot and cold game today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Plays like that in this game, you have to come up big on those particular plays. And he put it right there in the breadbasket.
Yes, sir. He's gotten open. Sakori Smith has gotten open each time, Mr. Davis, and he just hasn't been able to haul it in.
So it would have been a first down for the Bucs. Will be now 3rd and 4. Ball at the 32-yard line, guys. Do you go with a run or do you go with a run with Carlos Grace or do you go with the pass?
You're in 4 down territory. It's 4 down territory. I'm going to go with the pass.
And they will go with the pass.
He never went down. He never went down.
30 pass to 40, runs out of bounds for a first down.
He looked like a sure sack. He spun out of it. Knee nor behind, never touched the ground. He kept the ball, legs churning. They never blew the whistle. First down.
Stay active. You never know what happens.
There you go. We see that a lot by Devin Williams at the quarterback position. He is a very, very talented player. 1st and 10 for the Buccaneers. Ball at the 40-yard line. Williams attempts another pass. Steps up in the pocket.
Here we go.
To Sakori Smith. And that pass is incomplete.
Now, that was not on Sakori. He had to come inside that defender, leap up, and almost came there. He almost made what was that? Lynn Swan. You know where I was going with that. Almost made a Lynn Swan type catch.
Pittsburgh's still a legend. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dre.
I'm just ready to make a Dallas reference on this broadcast. Let me know.
I wasn't trying to bring up Pittsburgh per se. I just wanted to say the concentration during the catch. That was Lynn Swan-ish. Swan-like.
You can't do that around a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. You're going to just take it to the extreme.
I see.
No reason at all. So the incomplete pass will bring up 2nd and 10, ball at the 40. Williamson's read in motion. And he's going to fake hands off to him, keeping himself past the 40. Oh. He's going to be brought down after being about 6 yards on the play. Kind of slumped down a little bit.
Yeah. Bo Morris took the linebacker Lamont Huvard down with a big shot.
Well, you know they've changed the rule, guys, where if you grab the nameplate now, that's going to be.
It's not a horse collar.
Well, no, they said that could be. Yeah, that could be a horse collar.
Oh, okay.
Another pass complete to DeAndre Reed. He will have enough for the first down.
Wait,
ball be placed right at midfield.
Put your hand on the nameplate?
Yes, sir.
Really?
Because it can cause a possible injury with the jerky.
Got you.
Lord have mercy. Football is just going to be two-hand touch by the time we get done with all these. Yeah. All right. First and 10 for the Blinn Buccaneers.
I agree with you, brother.
I'm just not used to it. I know. Ball placed at midfield. 7:39 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Bucks are down 35-20 as we.
Here we go. He's going deep.
Downfield again.
Yes.
Now we do have pass on the play.
Yes.
It will be pass interference.
Yes. He got his separation. Defender did make contact before the ball comes to him, so Corey Smith does draw a pass interference call.
It will be pass interference charge against the Golden Norsemen. We kind of peeked that again on that last play. They didn't call it. He didn't quite get the pass interference, but we saw it there on that last play.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, talking a little noise now. It's Corey. You can't hold me.
Hey, he needs to hold that ball, though.
Well, Corey is your speedy wide receiver. Now, you got Quinn Newton, and you got Kedrick Wheatfall. So Corey Smith is your speedy wide receiver. That's why they put him out there on the wide out. He just got past the cornerback on that, and the cornerback was not able to keep up with him.
Again, he's gotten separation this whole game, sir. And it's just a matter of, again, hanging on to the ball.
So that penalty is going to make this 1st and 10 for the Bucks at the 35-yard line of the Golden Norsemen. 7:31 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Trips to the left for the Bucks. Grace offset to Williams left.
Here's Grace. Here he is.
Get past the first wave. Defenders brought down. Gain of about 5 yards on the play. Brings up 2nd and 5 for the Bucks. When Carlos Grace on 1st and 10 gained some positive yards for the Buccaneers to make this 2nd and 5. 7 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. As the Bucks are going to go trips to the left, Grace offset to Williams left, play action phase.
Here we go.
Deep, and that pass.
Pass interference.
We have another flag.
Pass interference.
Well, the Bucks are going for broke right about now, and they gotta either get the play or you get these penalties.
Yeah, that was good. Big Christian Drake.
Yards are yards.
Yes, sir.
It don't matter how you get them. It doesn't matter how you get it. Yards are yards. That pass interference will be charged against the Golden Norsemen.
It seems as though they're shooting for Christian Drake on that pass. He was able to haul it in, but again, he did get deep in the end zone. So they're going deep and going long.
Now, guys, we talked about the onside kick that the Buccaneers attempted with 10 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. If the Bucks score here on this drive, do you go in for the onside kick?
No. Because they're anticipating it.
But they lost the surprise factor.
The 1st and 10 for the Bucks. Ball at the 16-yard line. Hand off to Grace.
Oh, he's going. He's going.
He's going to be brought down inside the 5-yard line of the Golden Norsemen. Grace and Mercy with the huge gain for the Buccaneers.
First and goal.
Grace time, baby.
It's Grace time showing no mercy.
I like that.
Grace time showing no mercy.
Yes,
First and goal for the Buccaneers. Another handoff to Carlos Grace up the middle, keeps his leg moving, and waiting to get the signal.
Looks like he's in. Was he not in? He's in.
He is now. He's in. He is in. Another score by Carlos Grace, his 2nd score of the evening to make the score 35-26.
The 9th touchdown of the year for the freshman running back. And the Bucks, definitely, in my case, they got to go for 2 now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. No, they're not.
But they're not going for 2. Dr. Mike Prince, the kicking unit, is onto the field.
I don't know what to make of this.
We're just going to go with the 1 here, sir.
I don't know what to make of this, guy.
And it is blocked. The kick
Oh,
is
my
blocked.
goodness.
And Dr. Mike Prince is not happy about that one. That's the second block in today's ball game. He said, Dr. Mike Prince, they should have went for two. They did not go for two. Cobb, they attempted to kick, and it is blocked yet again.
Is the
now
timing
what?
off,
I
sir?
believe that's 5 points.
Yes.
5 points so far that they've left on the scoreboard.
Is the timing of the snapper and the holder off? What is going on?
I'm not sure, Mr. Cobb.
Wow.
I'm not sure if it's the timing or if it's the blocking or they're just getting back there fairly quickly.
They're 9 points down now.
Yes.
That hurts. That hurts
Yes.
because you would have been 8 points down with a chance to score again, get 2-point conversion. Now, wow, you had to get 2 full scores. Or, no, field goal. You can get a score, put your 7,
Well,
field goal.
Well, with the way that the special teams been looking in terms of the field goals and the extra point, I don't even think that's going to do them any good at this point. Like Dr. Prince said, they should just went for two on that last
Yes,
play.
should have gone for 2. And, again, this is another decision that seems to come back and haunt, potentially come back and haunt.
And speaking of
Technically, we lost 5 points.
yes, sir. 5 points.
Field goals
And then the 2 points.
2 extra points.
Yes, sir.
What's our score?
35-26.
35-26.
35-26.
Only down at that point by 4.
Instead, now you're down by 9 with 6:32 remaining. And I asked you guys in terms of should they go for the onside kick.
No.
You're down 9. And as you mentioned, yeah, you can at this point because you messed up on the last time. That kind of just took away the surprise aspect of it.
Exactly.
Well, I would do that little infamous pooch, try to kick it midway.
It kind of seems that's what it was, slightly. It just didn't go that high in the air.
Yeah, you could have a point there.
Well, I'll tell you what. They better do something because it's getting crunch time at this point. It's 6:32, as you stated, Ms. Davis, and lo and behold, they had to make up a 9-point deficit. However they can, hook or crook.
Well, nonetheless, the defense of the Blinn Buccaneers are going to have to come up big on this drive. You got to get pressure on Thomas and Wyatt. They've been doing the dirty work for the Golden Norseman offense this entire ball game.
Strip City, sir.
Yes, sir. Strip City, Interception City, any way you want to get it.
Yes, sir.
As they're going to go with the little swivel.
Oh, he did not field it cleanly.
He the 20-yard line.
Runs into his own man.
Runs into his own man, brought down at the 26-yard line.
Woo, 74 yards.
You did that was a high percentage kick. That squib kick, because of the shape of a football, is one of the most difficult kicks to handle. That ball is no telling where it's going to go, how it's going to bounce. And so you look at it now, you really got to call on your defense to step it up because you got to touch the ball at least 2 more times.
Correct. So your defense needs 2 stops, and I'm talking about 3-and-out stops. We're not talking about, give up a couple first downs.
Speaking of the defense of the Blinn Buccaneers are on the field, led by Antoine Jackson Jr. and Jalen Cooper, all on the same side.
Oh, they sure are.
They are both on the same side.
That's the force to hand.
Handoff to
And they
Thomas
come to their side.
They came to that side, but he gets slightly past the hole, picking up 3 yards on the play. They went to the same side that Antoine Jackson Jr. and Jalen Cooper were on that play.
Pursuit ability, the best thing to do is running right at.
Interesting, Dr. Mike Prince. This time Jalen's going to switch sides, and he's going to be on the right. Jackson Jr. on the left. 2nd and 8 for the Golden Norsemen with 5:50 remaining here in the fourth quarter. They're leading by the score of 35-26. Handoff to Thomas again.
Oh, he's tough.
He's met at the line of scrimmage by Antoine Jackson Jr.
Big four.
On the bottom of the pile. That's what I'm talking about, big man. You should be the last one getting up.
Yes, sir.
Every time. Now, once again, if you notice, the Golden Norsemen are not in any hurry.
No.
No, the clock is on your side.
Blinn only has 1 timeout left, guys.
And that's
Mike,
again.
This is a timeout in the beginning of the game that they burnt out.
Yeah. Beginning of the second half, they called an early timeout. And again, I agree, unnecessarily, it's for a punt. Decide what they're going to do on a punt.
The first one for a punt. The second one to stop the momentum of the Golden Norsemen. They're moving the ball fairly easy down the field. They call a timeout to stop their momentum.
Here's a pass.
And they're going to go to play action fake. Wyatt busts out the pocket from the air. Long, and that pass is incomplete. Broken up.
Nice. Good breakup by Mike Garrett.
Yes, sir. Mike Garrett.
Defensive back out of Magnolia.
Yes,
Out
sir.
of Magnolia.
Yes,
Out of
sir.
Magnolia. Yes, sir.
All the Bulldogs have seen him quite a few times. And the Brenham Cubs, for that matter, have been in the same district 25A.
There you go. It's a good doctor knows.
And, Mr. Todd, you called it. Not only did the Buccaneers defense need a big stop, they needed a 3-and-out stop, and they did just that. Fourth down coming up, and the punting units are on the field as we speak.
Yes, sir. And then here's a chance for them to give one of those 2 scores they need back right now. And hopefully
back to
make it more
competitive to Corey Smith. He's just going to wave this one.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. He grabs it.
Anyway,
He grabs it. Oh, nice block.
Oh,
Nice block.
Back. If you get past the 40, past the 50.
Look at this.
He's
He's
still
still his feet.
Still on his feet past the 40. And he's going to be brought down.
Wow. Flag back.
It is coming back. That same block that we just praised him about will be coming back.
I don't know, guys. I saw that block coming. I thought that was a clean block.
And that's the interesting thing about blocks like that on kick returns and punt returns, because it seems that he kind of got the side of him. It didn't even seem like he got it from behind the back.
He did get the side of him. So that was a clean block from my perspective. And I watched that play.
Yeah, you can see the number. Leave him alone.
I don't think you can see the number. I think that was from the side. I think that was clean.
Goes back to that discipline and fundamentals that you just spoke of. We talked about it with tackling. Now we're talking about it with blocking. If
People
you
wonder
see the
why
number,
I
leave
don't
it
coach.
alone.
They wonder why I don't coach.
Wow.
I don't know, guys. I saw that block coming from
It was
here.
the side of him.
It was on the side. I agree with you. It was on the side.
Unfortunately, officials still call that block in the bag.
What you got to understand, even if he had to put his head on the inside, which means toward his chest, you may get away with it. But his head was on the back.
Yes, sir.
Which looks like he hit him from.
Yes, sir.
Got you.
So the Buccaneers,
get your head in front of him, in front of that shoulder pad.
So the Bucs would have had the ball at the 30-yard line of the Golden Norsemen. Now they're going to have it at their own 15-yard line with 4:34 remaining here in the ball game. Wow.
That would have made a big difference if you have the 30 going in.
Have to travel 85 yards for a score. As we have stoppage in the play. Don't see a flag. Waiting to hear.
Well, at this stage, they want to make sure that they got the clock right, the positioning of the penalty.
Officials place the ball down, so the play will resume. 1st and 10 for the Bucs. Ball at their 15-yard line, moving right to left. Williams going to attempt to pass, has all day to throw, and he
still has time. He's in the end zone.
Oh my goodness! And he's going to throw this one to Carlos Grace, and that pass is incomplete.
That was risky.
Very, very risky by Devin Williams. Had all day to throw. That just shows how great the coverage was by the Golden Norsemen, because obviously there was nothing downfield. He had all day to throw. Excellent protection by the offensive line of the Bucs.
But if you're going to scramble, don't reverse field so much so that you're in your own end zone. When you need 9 points to tie, 10 to win.
You want to give them 2 more points.
No. You don't want to give them 2 additional points. You have 2 touchdowns you need instead of a touchdown and a field goal.
Yeah, it's a tough time right now. Tough time.
With 4:20 to be exact remaining here in the fourth quarter, it's going to bring those 2nd and 10 as Williams.
Great protection.
Pass, and that pass is complete to Braden Hucks of the Bucs. We do have a flag on the play. Braden Hucks of the Bucs.
Holding on defense.
Well, we'll take that.
Yes, sir, we will take that.
It's only a 5-yard penalty for the defensive hold, but it does give the Bucs a new set of downs.
There you go.
But right now, the Bucs need a couple of big plays. Now, if you're the Bucs, if I can get in any position, whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, I got to take that opportunity.
Have to take
correct.
We need points at this point of the game. And that ball will be placed at the 25-yard line of the Bucs. 1st and 10. We have 4:14 remaining here in the fourth quarter. 35-26 is our score in favor of the Golden Norsemen.
This is critical, guys.
As Williams sends Hucks in motion. He attempts to pass.
Here's a job. Oh, no.
He stepped up in the pocket, and he stepped right into the defender of the Golden Norsemen.
And he had DeAndre Reed streaking down the left sideline.
Stepped right into number 94, LaRon Stokes.
Well, what was happening, the pocket collapsed around Williams, and you are trained to step into the pocket as it collapsed.
Correct.
And he went right into the waiting hands of the defender.
Yeah. So stepping forward, he stepped to his right. Yeah. There was a heat.
Yeah, there he is.
And that's interesting in terms of stepping up into the pocket of your quarterback. A lot of times it works out in their favor. They step up.
Well, he stepped right. He stepped right instead of stepping forward.
And he did step right.
Yeah.
He did step right. And he had nowhere to go.
No, sir. Nowhere to go, nowhere to hide. What song is that?
Dipsy when you win a doodle. Not Staples, the women's group, Diana Ross.
Oh, there we go. Nowhere to go.
Supreme.
Richard Davis with this.
I know a little bit.
I spotted you.
I know a little bit.
Ross.
Oh, come on. Don't do that to me, Dr. Come on now.
He spotted you 7 out of 10.
Come on now.
Golly, man. I spelled CA. You got the C. That's the whole point.
It took you a minute to get there. You
know I got to sometime of work.
So 2nd and 12 for the Bucks. Ball at the 22-yard line. Play action fade. Williams throws to his right pass.
Oh, my goodness.
He hit immediately. Lord. Picking up about 5 yards on the play. Great job by Reed to keep his hands on the ball after that hit, because that was hit with some authority.
Yes, sir.
That's going to bring up 3rd and 6 for the Bucks. With 3:25 remaining, clock continues to run here in the 4th quarter.
They got to get
down by 9.
First down and score. Here we go.
Here we go. Again, this time, nothing but daylight, and he's tackled, but not before getting the first down for the Bucks. And there we go. Steps up into the pocket yet again to his right on the previous play. But there was some daylight on that play.
This time it worked out, Mr. Davis. This time it worked out.
Either it works out or it doesn't work out in terms of stepping up in the pocket. That's usually the way it works.
Yes, sir.
So 1st and 10 for the Bucks. Ball at the 36-yard line, moving right to left. Williams drops back to pass, steps up in the pocket yet again. This time did not work in his favor. Met after picking up 2 yards on the play.
I don't know. Williams has to understand this clock is running. You need 2 scores. I mean, they can score and do the onside kick and maybe try to get 4 field goals.
At this point, you become your own worst enemy right now.
Correct. With this, you got to take a stab downfield. Now, don't throw an INT. But same token, you got to take a stab downfield.
You have to gain yards. Mr. Cobb.
Yes, sir.
2nd and 8 for the Bucks. Williams attempts another pass, checks down to Carlos Grace, and he's making matter of fact, as he's going to lose about a couple of yards. Going to bring up 3rd and 9. The clock continues to run with about 2 minutes remaining. The Bucks find themselves down by 9. Yes, sir, Mr. Cobb. Mr. Cobb, the clock is ticking.
Ticking and talking, and they better do some scoring. There we go.
Williams attempts another pass. Pass incomplete. That's going to bring up 4th down for the Bucks. Obvious 4th down territory for the Blinn Buccaneers. 1:58 remaining here in the 4th quarter. It's going to be 4th and 9.
Sir, Mr. Davis, you might call this ball game right here.
Absolutely.
You get the first or get the score.
You have to get this first down. If you
Yes,
can't get this first down, it will, in fact, be the ball game. Ball at the 37-yard line. Bucks moving right to left. Trips to the left. Grace offset to Williams' left. Williams attempts to pass.
Oh, the pressure's on.
Left, and he's just going to check down to Carlos Grace. Nowhere. Runs out of bounds, and that will be a turnover on down. That's going to do it.
Yes, sir.
That will do it, as the offense of the Golden Norse will come out onto the field with 1:51 remaining. Well, guys, as I mentioned before, a lot of turn of events in this ball game between the top 2 teams of the Southwest Junior College Football Conference. Your assessment thus far?
I'm speechless. I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, these guys came in on Blinn's homecoming and have just dominated the game. I mean, don't get me wrong, Blinn's has moments, but we talked about momentum swings. I would say, hands down, the Golden Norsemen had momentum throughout this game.
The Golden Norsemen took advantage of opportunity, and even though they pretty much dominated the control of the floor of the game.
There we go. It's almost like a boxing match. You know, that's right. In the boxing match, the judges score on ring generalship.
Right.
And the Golden Norsemen had game generalship. Right. They had control of the game.
Controlled the game, but the Bucks had their opportunity. And I'm going to go on the record and say that this was a game that the Bucks lost rather than got beat.
There we go. There's a difference.
There's a big difference from my vantage point. You lose a game when you don't execute on what you're supposed to execute. You get beaten when the team is just that much better.
That much better than you. Yes, sir.
The Golden Norsemen, great team, not better.
No, I submit to both of you gentlemen, out of 10 games, Buccaneers will win 7 or 8.
Yes.
Or 7. Let's call it 7. But today,
yes, sir.
Golden Norsemen brought their A game.
Yes.
See, they stuck it to the Buccaneers from the word go.
Yeah, from the word go, taking full control of this game. We still got some ball game left, but it's all academic right now. So what will happen, mathematically, the Golden Norsemen will be at 5-2, just as the Bucks will be at 5-2. But because they beat the Bucks head to head, they will now be the number 1 seed. Blinn will become the number 2 seed, which means that Blinn would still host if it comes down to that they have to play the Golden Norsemen again
in the playoffs.
They will still host?
We're going to have to pack the bags and go to Oklahoma.
Yeah. Now, what part of Oklahoma are they from?
We'll get all the logistics to you in a moment, but in Northeast Oklahoma, the last I checked, it's about a 7-hour trip one way.
I would submit further than that, sir, because I'm thinking
7-hour trip.
I would travel to Liberal, Kansas, and that was quite a haul. I would go through Oklahoma, and that's going straight north.
Right. But I think it's about a 7 hours.
Is it? Okay.
7 hour and maybe some change, 15, 30 minutes somewhere in that window, but it's 7 hours for sure.
Yes, sir. Well,
we have some pushing going on the field.
Looks as though Wyatt Steigerwald is still in the game, gentlemen.
I'm leaving on the next plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Kiss me and cry for me.
He can leave on the Buccaneers plane. 7 hours. Lord have mercy.
I know.
I don't even know if I got the mileage for that.
Oh, my. There's a wheel, there's a way.
David, I won't be driving that truck. I think we know that.
Oh no, I'd rather walk.
Oh man, the truck that couldn't. The little engine that couldn't. No, actually, that engine actually could. The little engine that could. It got us through. It got through. Barely. About a skin eye. Yes, sir. But we made it. Yes, sir.
If you were
I was happy to switch out vehicles.
You were only there, Dr. Prince.
Yes, sir.
It was just chugging along.
I think I can.
With that being said, as we come to the end of this, we might as well thank our underwriters and supporters.
Because they've been mighty helpful in the game.
Yeah.
Well, again, as you gentlemen say, I mean, we definitely have to thank them because they made all this possible, and this has been a great game to take part in. So we want to say thank you to Hexar Comfort Solutions and Nieto Technology Partners, Farmers Insurance out of the Hempstead location. Farmers, we are farmers. Boom, 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 boom. Bush's Chicken, which we're able to partake in before the game. Burger Fencing, Landscaping, and more. Mobius Cafe and Pizzeria. I love Mobius. Auto Check and Auto Repair out of Spring. And, of course, Temple of Refuge Ministries with Dr. P himself.
Take me to the water.
Sunday mornings at 9 a.m.
Refuge Ministries.
Take me to the water.
Now he's just showing off, folks.
Right? So, yeah, we got 16 seconds on the clock. Punch teams are out on the field. And the Golden Norsemen are just going to punt this one away. And it's going to be fielded at the 5-yard line. 6.5 seconds remaining. 35-26 will likely be our final score in this game.
Yeah. Well, gentlemen, look, despite this ending, this has been a beautiful, beautiful first season coverage with the Blinn Buccaneers.
Yes, sir.
And, could not have nearly come close to getting this done without the support and aid of you gentlemen, and grateful beyond the measures of words. It has been exciting. We still got some football left. Still got some
It's
football
going to be a busy November for obn-radio.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting November. Look like you two have the Midas touch with the Angry Birds and now the Buccaneers with the playoff endeavors.
Yes, sir.
What has this been like for you guys?
And it's been an excellent, excellent journey, Dr. Mike Prince. First time doing it with you for football, and the last time that we did this, first time I actually started doing this with you, obn-radio. Football season was over, so I did not get a chance to do football. You got me started with Waller basketball, and that was a journey in itself. And just leading to 2017, it's just been unbelievable up to this point.
Well, again, I'm just real happy to be in the family, and it started with baseball, last season with Roseville, but this is my first endeavor in football, and I've enjoyed it thoroughly. I've enjoyed the camaraderie, the banter back and forth, and it seems as though
it's just
a good combination.
All right. We just want to leave with a little bit of pride. So with that, that's going to do it. 35-26 will be our final score in favor of the Coach Northman in this ball game.
Number 14 beats number 4. And they will flip sides now as far as the standings are concerned. Blinn Buccaneers' regular season will end on a not-so-good note. But with that being said, gentlemen, I would rather lose now than to lose in the playoffs.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I would rather lose now than to lose in the playoffs. So it will be determined, if I'm not mistaken, 1 will play 4, 2 will play 3, and the top 4 at the beginning of the day, of course, was Twins, and you had Northeastern Oklahoma, you had Trinity and Tyler. So either way, the Bucks will either be hosting Tyler or Trinity Valley. We will have that coming up here real soon. We'll have the dates and information set up for when all this will be released. And, of course, we'll be here with bells on with the dates and times. You can follow me on Twitter at Radio Guy. Instagram is Radio Guy 22. Don't forget the website is obn-radio.com. We thank you all so much for joining in with us. The Bucks fall short by the score of 35-26 here on Homecoming 2017, as they will now go back. You have to put this behind you. Another gutsy performance by Wyatt and the Golden Norsemen. You got to give credit to whom credit is due, as the Bucks fall short 35-26 on behalf of the Blinn Buccaneers Athletics, Andre Davis, Mr. Kendall Cobb. We cannot forget Sister Jordan, who's been so sweet and helping out on assisting and everything, and of course yours truly, the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. We thank you all so much for joining us on this afternoon's broadcast. Coming up a little short, but the Bucks shall rise to fight again. Until the next time, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.